Finally is right. Welcome, guys. This is Fatman and the Hawk. Happy Mother's Day. I am the Hawk.
Breaking news here from Barry McCockiner via Twitter. Developing story. Aaron Rodgers flew into Green Bay on a private jet this afternoon to hold a meeting with the GM and Mark Murphy. Sources say Rodgers Gunquist had to be separated at one point by security. Hey, if it's on Twitter, it must be true. We're over here like Schefter. Is Aaron Rodgers out of Green Bay?
Is he? Is he though? Okay, we got all the sources, but not from a reliable source.
The only source you need is Barry.
Yeah, basically that's actually what he said. He's like, "Oh, we got finally. I come to find you." All right, there we go. Hey, we got sources on this, but honestly, we don't have sources. That's basically what Chef said. It's hilarious about Aaron Rodgers. All right, so
I was just making a funny. I mean, dude's just an internet troll, but he puts up some funny shit.
Yeah, that's actually what he said though. Like he's like, "Hey, I got sources," and then he said, "Not from any source."
Yeah, I have. Yeah, well, hey, I got sources, I got opinions, I got ideas. Like, fuck Tom Brady, he sucks. But compared to Aaron Rodgers, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, we all saw this coming. Rodgers is a crybaby cunt. He's like a little kid throwing hissy fit. It's okay. This is what makes Brady the GOAT. Fuck Tom Brady. But it's selfless where Rodgers is selfish. That's why Brady has 1 million rings and Aaron Rodgers has one. Anyway, fuck Tom Brady. And hey, I think the fat man was right over here. Trey Lance at 3, no matter what. That is what we saw. It was a beautiful thing. Well, we're here. Guess what, boys and girls? We got Fat Man and the Hawk t-shirts rolling out. Scrolling down there along the bottom is where you can find them. The link should be put up in the chat here somewhere by the lady in the chair, hopefully quickly. You can head on over there, get yourself a t-shirt, support your boys.
Oh yeah, definitely go and do that.
All right, so let's talk about that Hawks bullshit draft.
Yeah, before I do, I don't know if any of you guys saw the 100 meter with DK Metcalf posting a 10.36, coming in 9th place, I think 15th out of 17th. That's actually pretty damn good considering the guy's 230 pounds. I know he's getting a little bit of hate. I see a lot of posts of people putting up high school times of a bunch of kids that are probably like $120. I mean, 230 pounds.
Look, how fast did he do it?
10.36.
And it's probably 10.36 times faster than I can. So I'm not going to sit here and say nothing. Matter of fact, I might not even finish. I might go 5 feet and say, fuck this, I'm going to get a cheeseburger. That's why I'm the fat man.
Yep. All right, let's go on to the Hawks draft here. So with our second pick, our first pick in round 2, Dwayne Eskridge, wide receiver from Michigan. I can't say that I'm happy with the pick, but as I'm reading more about him, like he's a speed guy. He had like over 400 yards of, after the catch, which is pretty phenomenal. I'm happy about that, and I'm sure that he will fit in Shane Waldron's system at some point. So it's not too bad. With our round 4 pick, we took Trey Brown, cornerback from Oklahoma. It's no secret that's one of our weak points right now. Losing Griffin. We definitely need somebody alongside DJ Reed to help our back end. And then with our round 6 pick, we got Stone Forsythe, offensive tackle from Florida, which is another issue for us. I'm not really sold on our right tackle right now. We definitely need a right tackle in the center. Ethan Posick, garbage. I'm not a fan of Mike Lupati. Both of them need to go, honestly, in my opinion. But that's That's kind of not a lot, right? You know, we only had 3 picks. But the one thing about Seattle is that we were the biggest players when it came to undrafted free agents. We took a wide receiver, Tamarian Terry from Florida State. We signed offensive lineman Jared Hawker from Texas A&M. Pierre Oliver, Canadian offensive lineman. Cornerback Brian Mills. Louisiana Monroe running back Josh Johnson. Another running back BJ Emmons. More wide receivers, South Dakota State Cade Johnson. Stanford wide receiver Connor Weddington. A linebacker John Radigan. Offensive tackle Jay Curran. Greg Eland from Mississippi State. Defensive tackle Jared Hewitt from Virginia Tech. And, you know, honestly, we've addressed every hole that we have, you know, outside of adding more depth at wide receiver and in that aspect. That's basically what it is, just adding depth at wide receiver. But we're addressing every issue. I think Seattle, sure, we only had 3 picks in the draft, but I think Seattle did more than anybody in undrafted free agents. Let's go Hawks. Yes, let's go Hawks. Let's start tagging. All right, let's see.
That's me, bud. Let's
get
up to around 30 viewers, because when we open this up later, we want to get a bunch of guys in here to talk. You know, we're going to talk Dolphins and Hawks, but, you know, let's get some other fans in here. We always hear about the Browns, so let's get let's maybe get a Steelers fan in here. Talk about the big win by grabbing Najee. Maybe, Jacob or Zach, maybe they want to come in and talk about Najee. Get on here and talk with us. Maybe if there's any Cardinals fans out there, maybe any Bears fans, the big move up for Justin Fields. I know we got a Patriots fan out there that would love to come on here and get trashed about Mac Jones. So I'm sure he's going to come in and talk with us.
Trashed about Mac Jones, maybe trashed about other things too.
So, and again, guys, we're going to be talking about merch and where to find it. So let's get this thing going. All right, so we're going to talk about the Dolphins draft a little bit. I am not going to go nearly as in-depth as the Hawk boy over there. I like to keep it moving. Look, we got Jalen Waddle, makes Tua comfortable. Play with him in college. They already have a connection. Same thing we've seen the Bengals do with Jamar Chase. I think it's going to work out. Tua has no excuses. He's got weapons. Thanks, Jordan, for putting up them Tua stats earlier, showing that Tua can be a good starting quarterback. Next pick, they went ahead. They took Jalen Phillips. They got a pass rusher. Kid's supposedly a monster. I like it. The only thing I really don't like about both of the first-round picks is both the guys were hurt last year. We've seen him take a chance on Tua, though. Kind of worked out. It concerns me a little bit with Phillips, though, because it was concussions. So that's scary. How many more times he's going to get his bell rung before he says, I got my paycheck, I'm done, I'm out. Up next, we've seen him draft safety in the second round. Javon Holland, I guess he was a ranked pretty good safety, pretty high safety, second or third best in the draft. That's a good thing. We've seen Miami release Bobby McCain, so that's probably where they're going to slot this kid in at. And, get young, get fast, get cheap. That's what they're doing. They should have – I've seen a thing earlier. Their projected cap space for next year is like $53 million. So stay young and cheap. Got an offensive tackle in the second round, Liam Eichenberg from Notre Dame. Look, nothing special. Just to bring your lunchbox, nothing that wows you. Hunter Long from Boston College. They got another tight end. Good, that'll help Gesicki. Maybe we'll see him start running more tight end stuff, help him down there in the red zone. What I don't like is they didn't take a running back anywhere. They signed an unrestricted. They signed one, an undrafted free agent. But
so what you're saying is you still miss Kenyon Drake?
No. Then they took another tackle in the seventh round, and no, why would I miss Kenyon Drake? He was a bum. He's a bum. I remember telling all the Cardinals fans out here. They're like, "Oh, you're a Dolphins fan. Thanks for Kenyon Drake. Oh, dude's a beast. He's going to be a beast." I told them they got a piece of junk. Guess what happened? Found out they got a piece of junk. So they sent him to the Raiders, where junk goes. To the Raiders.
So what you're saying is your current guy is better than Kenyon Drake?
Yep.
Okay.
Salvin Ahmed. That's my dude.
There you go. So, overall, how do you feel about the Dolphins draft? Best draft in the NFL?
No. Because I think the mistake they made, and I'm glad they got a receiver. But, and it hurts me to say this because I believe in Tua, but when you have a chance to draft another quarterback who could potentially be a franchise quarterback, you do it. And Justin Fields and Mac Jones were still there. So now you left Mac Jones there, and he goes to Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I can see the issue, but I mean,
Now I would much rather them have got Trey Lance. I said if Trey Lance was still there, Miami needs to draft him.
Well, they did have the third pick. They just, got rid of it.
Yeah. Well, they knew they were taking a receiver.
Yeah. Too bad it wasn't Trey Lance at 3 no matter what for the Dolphins.
Yes, see? Someone agrees with me. Mac Jones. Bust. Oh, yeah. I'm not supposed to be paying attention to the chat. My bad.
I know. I'm having a hard time.
You guys go ahead and argue amongst yourselves. And we're going to – because we're trying to move through this stuff. We'll get into this chat later. We're trying something new here just to get through the nonsense that we want to talk about before we get all crazy with you guys.
Yeah.
Get Dave in here talking about the Browns draft.
Or
Anise can come on and talk about the Browns draft. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Actually, I think Anise is on too. I do think Anise is on. So my opinion for the best draft, I have to give it to Dallas. All right. I think their draft reminds me a lot of Seattle in 2011, 2012. They took Micah Parsons, Calvin Joseph, took a D tackle, D end, Nash and Wright, another good solid cornerback, especially in the third round.
See, now you brought that name up. You brought that name up, and I'm going back to the Dolphins thing because that's another thing that disappointed me. Micah Parsons was sitting there. So if you were going to get a pass rusher, you could have got him at 6.
Yeah, I mean, he's a huge, he's going to be a huge asset for that Dallas defense. But on top of it, they took another linebacker, Jabril Cox. They took an offensive lineman, Josh Ball. They took a wide receiver from Stanford, Simi Fehoko. I can't say his name that well.
That sounded hard. That's like me trying to pronounce Tui's name right.
It was difficult. I'm not even going to pronounce the next two names, but a D tackle, a cornerback from South Carolina, and then a guard, Matt Fornoy from Nebraska. I just think that their draft as a whole is really, really solid. You could see the Dan Quinn presence in this draft, which is nice. And that's the thing that Dallas has been missing for the last few years is, a good defense. And I feel like they literally.
So are you saying Dallas is a Super Bowl contender?
Well, I mean, they got one of the best offenses.
Are you putting Dallas? You're putting Dallas in the playoffs, aren't you?
I'm putting Dallas in the playoffs.
Yeah. Do you have Dallas going 14-3?
No.
15-2?
No.
What? 16-1?
No.
17-0?
No.
You got Dallas at 17-0? How many wins for Dallas next year?
I could see them in the 10 to 12 range.
Hey, is Tony Romo going to come out of retirement?
Yeah, he is. He's going to come and be the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks.
Is he going to come be Dax Bracco?
No.
What you got the Cowboys at?
10 to 12 wins.
So does that win the East?
Yeah. I picked them to win the East before the draft. Washington got stronger, and so did New York. But I feel like Dallas is starting to look complete. I know that these guys are young. I know that they're rookies, but you're addressing issues.
All right. So you know who I think had the best draft?
Oh,
you want to tell you? You want to be serious? Be real serious here. Be real serious. Who won the draft?
here we go.
The Cincinnati Bengals. Not drafting an offensive lineman to protect their number one asset, Joe Burrow, so he can get fucking destroyed again next season. And you're going to have some bum off the street, and they're trying to throw to 3 Corvettes. They already had 2 pretty decent receivers. I get it. You should have drafted a fucking tackle. Protect your quarterback. He's going to get killed. Sorry, Bengals fans. I don't know how you could be a fucking Bengals fan.
You know who else won the draft? Well, not even won the draft, but something that was really interesting. I loved that Philadelphia and Dallas decided to make a trade to fuck New York out of Devonta Smith.
That is pretty funny.
Like they were just like, hey, we have a common enemy. Screw the Giants, right? And just there you go. Devonta Smith off the board.
I really like Najee Harris to the Steelers.
Yeah, I do too. I wasn't. I know when I did my mock draft, I didn't have the Steelers picking up Najee in the first round. I felt like he was going to be there in the second. Thing is I've watched a ton of his highlights. We've seen his off-field stuff. I'm starting to become a fan.
I'm not even lying. I'm going to buy a Najee jersey. Just because of his draft party.
Yeah, his draft party, that shit was insane. That was cool.
Yep.
I
can support that. He's a good man.
Yep.
Perfect soldier, but a good man.
Yeah. I know you've seen this, but there's like a post going around on the page about the toughest divisions in the NFL. We had first was NFC West. I think that's without a doubt the toughest division in football. I mean, that I don't even think it's an argument. A second is the NFC or the AFC North, which, again, I don't think it's an argument that these two are 1 and 2 toughest divisions in football. And I think you agree with that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when we get down to third, I think this is when things get a little different here, because I feel at third, we're looking at the AFC East. You got Buffalo coming off a strong playoff performance. I do think they're going to slide. You got Miami, definitely got better. Really, the big question mark there is how well Tua will do, but the rest of the team, very good. Then you got New England, who decided to buy everybody they possibly could off of the free agent market. They got Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, which is the biggest free agent signings for them. I definitely think that New England is a much better team, plus all the people coming back from, sitting out for the year. Don't sleep on New England. New England's going to be tough.
My question is, how fast does New England pull the plug on Cam Newton?
Yeah, and that's the other question.
So, go ahead and fire that up in the chat.
Yep.
How long before they pull the plug on Cam Newton? Because they just drafted Mac Jones very high. Belichick's he's not going to stay around very long. He's an old man. He's getting up there, dude. Is he going to be around for all of Mac Jones' career? I highly doubt it. So he's probably going to be there 5 years. How much pressure is on Belichick to put Jones on the field? We got to win now. We spent all this money. We got to win. So if Cam comes out and they go 0-3, Cam comes out, they look like shit. They say, you know what? You got to throw Mac Jones in now. Is that when they roll with Mac Jones? They're like, you know what? We can't risk this Cam Newton experiment anymore. And I didn't realize it, but we were talking earlier, and you said that Cam was pretty upset that they drafted a quarterback with that pick. So, here we go. We got another disgruntled quarterback situation. And it was just another 1-year contract they gave him. He should be pissed off about that. Played like trash last year, and he's coming in. Now he's got a kid sitting there. Mac Jones is ready to step on his neck.
Yeah, you know what, and the kid is hungry too. Like, the kid's definitely hungry. You read what he was reading. He's really excited, or saying. You read what he was saying. He's really excited to get out there. He's really excited to learn the playbook. New England's got one of the toughest playbooks in the NFL. That should take Mac Jones a while to learn. So I think at the very least we are going to get a couple of games of Cam Newton.
Hey, Mac Jones, he's supposedly a pretty smart kid. He'll figure it out.
Not only smart, but like he's very accurate too.
And Cam is a declining athlete.
He is, and I mean, if you guys watch the podcast, we're both fans of Cam Newton. Both fans of Cam Newton. But
I was more of a fan of Cam Newton before he went to New England.
I mean, I'll say like the first couple of games before COVID hit him, like I was like, holy shit, we're getting 2015 Cam here.
Well, against Miami, he was just trucking them that first week.
Yeah.
He didn't – they didn't win because he lit it up throwing the ball.
Yeah. But anyways, then you have to look at the Jets. They did get Robert Saleh, which is, I think he's going to be –
Jets. Well, come on. Keep it moving. Let's go.
Dude, nobody cares that you hate the Jets. They got Robert Saleh, They got Zach Wilson, brand new quarterback. We're definitely seeing him week 1.
Who cares? So, who cares?
Plus, they upgraded at the wide receiver position.
Who cares?
Zach Wilson
is going to be a big bust. Who cares?
As you can see, Dolphins fans don't like the Jets. So that division as a whole got better. All 4 teams.
The sewer system in New York is higher than the New York Jets.
Oh man! All right, so let's move on.
Be a stud.
So number 4.
Stud.
So you look at 4. I think this is where I'm putting the NFC East, and I know they were the worst division through the first 12 weeks of football last year, ever. But this is where I put the NFC East. Washington got better, not only through free agency but through the draft. New York got better through free agency. Dallas, obviously, I think they had the best draft. Their worst team is going to be Philly. I think Philly is probably a 5-win team at best next season. But we're looking at those other 3 teams. They're going to be contenders. They're not going to be easy outs like they were last year. So I really, really see that division being really strong. How do you feel at NFC East being at 4?
I think the NFC East is underrated because even though they all sucked last year, they were competitive. Dak was hurt. Dallas would have had a way better season with Dak had he not got hurt.
I don't know about that one.
Yes, he would have. Okay, so Philly's the dumpster fire.
Established.
We saw Washington make the playoffs, win the division, make the playoffs. Ron Rivera, they got a stud defense. I think like 6 or 7, maybe 8 of the guys on their defense were first-round picks. Monster defense coming at you. They got to figure out the quarterback. They got Fitzmagic. I can't believe they didn't try and trade up and get a quarterback, but I don't know. So they got a good defense. Their offense is pretty good. Washington's a team to watch. They're going to be better. And then the Giants, they're going to have Saquon back. Saquon missed the entire season.
On top of that, they have a real number 1 wide receiver in Kenny Galladay now.
And Daniel Jones is one athletic mofo. He just trips over his own 2 feet.
Yeah, he's the ghost tackled.
That's why he's a quarterback, not a wide receiver.
Yeah. But I got one.
I think the NFC East is underrated. It's at least competitive.
Yeah. I think after the NFC East, I'd put the AFC West. I know.
Actually, I shouldn't even say competitive. It's on the come up. We saw it years ago with the NFC West, where the NFC West was like the trash division in football. They all sucked, 3-12, shit like that. And then fast forward a couple years, and everyone talks about how it's the best division in football. A whole bunch of years of high draft picks will make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, it happened once before. I think we're watching it right now. It's happening right now, and I think it's going to be interesting to see. But moving on, I think after the NFC East, I think this is where I put the AFC West. We all know what the Broncos issue is. We really don't have to go in depth on that. It's like, what is Drew Lock going to do?
Draft fucking quarterback. That's what they should have done.
And then you got the Chargers, who, it seemed like they had a solid draft. They were drafting smart. They're trying to protect Justin Herbert. So I mean, I'm not 100% sold there. Though.
I saw an interesting post in one of the groups somewhere today. It was how the Buccaneers went 7-9, and then drafted an offensive tackle, and then won the Super Bowl. And it was like the same pick too. It was like pick 13. Yeah. And how the Chargers went 7-9, and they drafted an offensive tackle at pick 13. And how that was the other one, that they won a Super Bowl in their home stadium. And I guess the Super Bowl is at the Charger Stadium this year.
Yeah.
I think that's a stretch, but it was interesting.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like Justin Herbert. I'm just saying I want to see more of him. Now the Raiders, they were solid for the most part. They're the team that got Gus Bradley on the defense, which is great. He's a solid deep coordinator. I think they were reaching a little bit in the draft. And then you got Kansas City, who I immediately thought once they started dumping their line, I was like, shit, they're going to be fucking horrible. And then they decided to go buy a better line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard not to see that team getting at least 12 games. So, I mean,
we saw
that's my top 5.
We're saw in the Super Bowl, right? Where is everybody?
I don't know. I think, I think some people are there. I think the ones that watch us are here. We'll get more. But let's see.
Are we boring you guys? Are we putting you to sleep?
After the AFC West. Let's see. I think I put the NFC South there. You look at the NFC South. You got Tampa Bay, the reigning Super Bowl champs.
I think it's screwing people up that I got a Cardinals jersey on.
Maybe they're like, "Where's the Dolphins fan?"
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
Yeah. But I think outside of Tampa Bay, do you really see anybody in the NFC South being good?
No.
See, I don't really either. I think that I'm sure Atlanta will be better. I like their new head coach. I like his.
They got Kyle Pitts. They got Matt Ryan, another weapon.
Yep. I think Arthur Smith is going to turn around Matt Ryan a little bit. He's already strong. He's one of the better quarterbacks in there. So, I mean, I think Atlanta's there. Carolina did get a little better, but again, it's like they got a quarterback that hasn't really proven himself. Albeit Adam Gase, look what happened to Tannehill. Maybe the same thing could happen there.
You talking about Sam Darnold?
Yeah. Let's see.
Hey, guys, don't forget, we got Fatman and the Hawk shirts. Link is up. Click on that. Go on over. Get yourself one. Support your boys. We're trying to make something happen. We keep trying to make this better. So make sure you get in there and help us out.
Let's see. After the South, I think the AFC South is 100% the worst of it. Well, never mind. Who is the worst division in football?
Based
Maybe
on
NFC North.
based on last year,
Yeah.
the NFC East. They could have
Hawks
another year
are
in the
trash. So I got a go Hawks here, and then I got a Hawks are trash here.
Must be a Lambs fan.
Nope. Worse. It's a Winers fan.
Trey Lance at 3, no matter what. I told you guys. Y'all jumped on the Mac Jones train. Fat Man's over here saying Trey Lance at 3, no matter what. 3 weeks in a row. Guess what happens? Trey Lance at 3, no matter what. That T-shirt will be coming soon too, along with the Fat Man and the Hawk ones.
Trey Lance at 3, no matter what. And what? So I'm assuming fuck Tom Brady's going to be there too.
Oh, there absolutely will be a fuck Tom Brady T-shirt you can purchase.
Yeah.
Hey, and don't forget, guys, the Hawk over there, he set up a Madden tournament. There's also some talks of he has some ideas for other Madden tournaments.
Not even necessarily a tournament, an online franchise. I definitely plan on making the post. If you have a PS4, we're going to have a Fat Man and a Hawk Madden online franchise. So I think that's something that's going to be really good for our page specifically. We'll be talking about it. We'll be streaming some games that I'm playing or the Fat Man's playing. I think it's going to be awesome.
So as long as you don't get butt hurt for getting scrubbed, get spanked, and get all red-assed and wake up the next morning and kick somebody out of the league.
Yeah. Speaking of which, can we get a link for Jordan to join in?
Come on, Jordan, come play.
Yeah. When will it start? We are missing a couple things for the stream part to work, so I'm thinking probably I'll say like 3 weeks at the longest before we can get it actually going.
Yeah, so we're going to try and do I will probably not participate in the tournament, but we're trying to kick around ideas of how we can record pieces of it, piece it together, stream it, maybe put together a little show about it. So he's doing maybe, kind of like do a little Sports Center version of Madden.
Here comes some.
That we think that would be fun.
Yeah, look, I have to bring this up. It's about Seattle. I don't give a shit what the media thinks. Hawks will win the West again. You know what? And I'm with you 100%.
No matter what.
I know I've been worried about San Francisco. I've been worried about LA, but the link's right up top there, bud. The thing is Russell Wilson has never had a losing season. Our team, on paper, has gotten better. I'm not really too worried about the Aldon Smith situation. I do believe he's going to be playing. If they do anything, he's going to be suspended for a couple of games. Big freaking deal.
Yeah, but my team got better on Madden. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your team looks like on paper.
Listen, it fucking matters, all right? Regardless, everybody's sleeping on the Hawks. I think every single post I've seen about where Seattle's going to finish in the NFC West, I've seen third, I've seen fourth. I have not seen first. I'm saying first. I'm saying 100% first.
The Rams are going to win that division.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm back on the Hawks hype train over here. I'm ready
Stafford,
for it.
Baby. Matt Stafford.
So what? We got Russell Wilson. Ain't worried.
Trading Russell Wilson for Matt Stafford.
Nope. I'm keeping him. He's better in Madden. I like being able to move.
Yeah, Miami should have traded for him.
Miami probably did try to trade for him, but we weren't taking shit,
Then why don't we hear about it?
Because
hey, that's an interesting topic. That's an interesting topic that we didn't bring up. Did Chicago make right with their fans after whiffing and pushing the Russell Wilson thing? And whiffing hard. Making their fans trying to sell their fans on the redhead reject, Andy Dalton, as a starting quarterback, and then move up and draft Justin Fields. Did they make right with their fans?
No, because none of them are as good as Russell Wilson.
But Justin Fields is interesting to me. And here's why it's interesting, is because for all of his life, he has competed against Trevor Lawrence. Like, apparently they've known each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence went to some camp together where they were pretty much against each other, 1 and 2. And Fields beat his ass. Yet it was only talked about Trevor Lawrence is the lock for the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin Fields slides all the way down. And who knows how far he would have went if Chicago didn't move up to get him. So he's got to be feeling some sort of way against that.
Yeah. He's beaten him in every meaningful game that they've ever played. Every competition, anything that's meaningful, he's beaten him.
And he sees Trevor get all the riches and get all the attention and probably $20 million more in his first contract.
Mm.
Like, he's got to be pissed, man. Why am I wearing a Fitzgerald jersey? Because I have one, because I live in Arizona. I occasionally go to Cardinals games. My daughter is a Cardinals fan.
No. He's trying to piss off the Hawk.
And it works as ammo against the Hawk. Absolutely.
All right.
Like, you'll see me wear this jersey when the Hawks lose to the Cardinals. That's when you'll see me wear this jersey. But
don't worry, he'll get a Trey Lance jersey before it's over.
You sound like shit, by the way. But my daughter is a Cardinals fan, so she has a Kyler Murray jersey. She had a David Johnson jersey. She likes the Cardinals, so we watch the Cardinals in my house as well.
Yeah. All right, let's welcome our guest here. What's going on, Jordan?
Are those some bullshit Patriot headphones? Turn your head.
Yeah.
Turn sideways. Dude, I might. Oh my God, I might put you in the penalty box right at the gate. Come on.
There you go.
There you go. There, the audio wasn't as bad.
What?
What are you doing, man? You sound okay, then you sound like shit. Is your beard messing up your mic?
No.
Yeah, you do sound a little muffled.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, you sound a little muffled.
Maybe it's the Patriot headphones.
Probably.
I want a Steelers fan to come on with us. Let's Steelers fans of the world in either group, click the link, come on in. Let's talk about your draft. Let's talk about Najee Harris.
Aren't you a Steelers fan?
Aren't you a what?
Isn't he a Steelers fan? Doesn't Najee Harris and Mika Fitzpatrick play for the Steelers now?
I don't know. Did you get any of that? I'm not trying to laugh, but I really am having a difficulty trying to hear you. It sounds like you said Najee Harris, and then
it's like trying to order food at the drive-thru at 2:00 in the morning when you're hammered off your ass, and the person at the window is just screwing with you. It's like,
like it kind of sounds like you get one of those calls, and and they're trying to talk to you like right now, and you just can't. Yeah, take the headphones off. That might work.
Sounds like you got a mouth. Yeah, there you go. Bye. Sounds like you had a mouthful of junk.
Yeah. Take your poop headphones off.
Yeah, get that trash off your head. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like a Steelers fan. Steelers fan would be great right now.
I know. I'm trying to get let's get an educated Steelers fan. Let's see if we can get Jacob in. Like I see Jacob go on. I see Zach go on. They're knowledgeable Steelers fans. They can come on. Even Rob. Rob's a Steelers fan. Rob,
He's
if you
really
want to come in and
knowledgeable.
talk to us.
Is this better?
Let's
Yes.
get into it, and let's destroy our boy Jordan about Mac Jones.
Bring it to me.
What's up?
I said, bring it to me.
Bring it
Oh,
to
I'm trying to get the people out there in the chat universe, trying to get them fired up to come on here and poke the bear a little bit.
So, Mac Jones is going to rule the league. Is that your actual prediction, or is that you just being a New England Patriots fan?
No, that's the troll 49er fans who really should have took Mac Jones or Trey Lance or Mac Jones or Justin Fields at 3 instead of Trey Lance.
Trey Lance at 3, no matter what. You're not going to come up here with that nonsense. Trey Lance at 3, no matter what.
The biggest boom or bust quarterback of all time.
We'll see.
He's either going to be Patrick Mahomes or he's going to be Jamarcus Russell without a weight issue.
Jamarcus Russell is Trevor Lawrence, bud.
Well, you said Trevor Lawrence is the next Ryan Leaf. So.
Yep, Ryan Leaf. Yeah, Ryan Leaf wasn't as bad as Jamarcus Russell. Nemo, I know you're out there too. You can always come on.
Yes. Yes, Nemo can come
Nemo,
on.
Come in here. Get in here. Try and convince us.
That Lamar Jackson's the great.
Try to convince us on the Lamar Jackson train. I am not sold. I am on the fence. I know Jordan is a Lamar hater. I know John is a Lamar lover. I need somebody to convince me. Let's have a good debate about it.
What I want to get convinced is how do Ravens fans think that Lamar Jackson is going to win the Super Bowl making $30 or $40 million and he can't even win one on his rookie deal?
Look.
So did most quarterbacks not win on their rookie deal.
Hey, Nemo's scared. Jordan, you made Nemo scared. Jordan, are you a bully?
Yes. He's also a runner.
Oh.
Let me answer this question real quick. Do you think that we are actually considered Richard Sherman? Go Hawks. Now, I've heard multiple reports coming that Pete Carroll and Richard Sherman, they've spoke quite a bit. I believe we're second on the list, like the second favorite for Richard Sherman to sign with. I do think, unfortunately, that the Whiners are first on the list of potential Richard Sherman signing, but I honestly would absolutely love Richard Sherman back on the Hawks. Just thinking about his veteran presence, we need it, especially for the cornerback position. I think that'd be huge for DJ Reed. It'd be huge for Witherspoon. It'd be huge for Trey Brown. So I'm up for Richard Sherman to come, and it looks like he wants to be on a team that he'll start on. And Seattle, he'll definitely start.
So hold on. Nemo said he doesn't like showing his face. So you can shut your camera off.
Yeah, you don't have to show your camera.
You can just have your audio.
Yep, you can totally have your audio.
This is a little different than the Facebook Live.
Yeah,
because we do it through another thing.
Yep. So, how do you think that the Patriots are going to do next year?
They're going to suck.
With the top. Are you talking about like 2021 or 2022?
All right, this coming season, how do you think the Patriots are going to do?
I believe the question was next year.
Yeah.
How do you see the Patriots do?
2022, so that's why I asked. But yeah, the Patriots are back. They're winning the division.
Mac Jones.
You know who's going to finish second?
The Jets.
Wrong.
You know, it's funny that he says the Jets. Why is it okay for the fat man to talk about the Jets? But every time I bring him up, next, I don't want to hear it. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear nothing about the Jets.
Because it's a trigger.
Next.
Hey, look, there are no Jets fans. That's what I find interesting. There are no Jets fans in the world. How is it possible that we stream on two groups? I talk shit about the Jets all the time. and they hide.
Dude, if your team won like 6 games in the last 3 years, like I think you would be hiding too.
Dude, Miami almost went 0-16.
If your team drafted a quarterback 3rd overall and then 3 years later they had to dip on them and dip on the head coach, I think you'd be hiding too.
I wouldn't.
It's been a mess in Miami for a long time.
I'd be hiding too if Sam Darnold's about to throw for 30 touchdowns this year.
But Miami had Tannehill, who they drafted high. He made the playoffs for them with Adam Gase as his fucking head coach. And then they trade him to Tennessee, or no, they let him go to Tennessee, and they fucking draft Tua.
But
Miami's been a mess too.
But New York isn't Miami.
Huh? What?
But New York isn't Miami. Miami's all nice and warm.
What the fuck are you talking? Are you high? What are you talking about, dude?
Miami is nice and warm. New York's cold.
Is that Cincinnati air in your brain or what? Jesus.
Yeah, it's pouring today.
You're a Bengals fan, aren't you?
No.
Bengals fan. Oh yeah, you support the Bengals, don't you? Big Joe Burrow fan. You got Joe Burrow flag hanging on your wall, don't you? You got a big old poster of him.
Yeah, sure.
Bed. Kiss it before you go to bed at night. Or is that where you're gonna put your Mac Jones one?
Where'd the Hawk go?
I don't know, but hey, why did I hear that you were getting spanked in some Madden franchise, and you got all butthurt, and then you got up and you kicked them off?
Do what?
I heard you were getting all spanked in Madden, and you got all butthurt and didn't want to play with the Hawk no more. You took your ball and went home.
Took my ball and went home. No,
He took his ball and went home. Dude, he left me on the mic by myself, number 1. Number 2, it said lost connection. And then I wake up in the morning and I got kicked out of the league because I busted him in Madden. What kind of crap is that?
I did that one time because fucking Madden was being on this BS.
Jordan, are you sensitive? Are you sensitive?
I was that night.
He was, dude. He wasn't even talking to me for 3 freaking games.
That Madden game was me off, actually. That was like the first time in a long time I got pissed at Madden.
Yo, you should try playing Street Fighter with him.
Nothing he was really doing. It was just fucking Madden BS. And like overthrows, like my guy was open by 10 yards and the quarterback, like Tua, overthrew him by like 10 yards. He would get a freaking pick off of it.
So what you're saying is you suck at Madden?
No, what I was saying is the fucking Tua Tagovailoa sucks at Madden, basically.
Johnny, were you playing Tua in Madden? Hawk,
No, I was the Hawks. He was what did he play with? The Dolphins. You played with
the Cardinals was my worst game. I got crossed with them.
Yeah, bad.
I play with the Cardinals.
If the Patriots are so good, why don't you use the Patriots?
Well, he was getting crushed with the Patriots too. It was like
look, if you use the Patriots, you could have picked them off on the 2-yard line.
Hey, the first time we played with the Patriots, it was like 20-17 or something. It was real close.
We got the W.
What was that? 70-7?
Do what?
What was that? 70-7? Could swore you said 70-7.
No, I said it was like 17-14 or something. It was
all right. Let's talk about real football.
Yeah, we know because you don't have online Madden. We know.
All right, Patriots boy.
All right, what?
How do you feel about your draft?
How did I feel? Well, we got the best quarterback pocket awareness in the draft. We got the best defensive tackle by far in the draft. We got Ronnie Perkins, who should have been a late first, the early second round pick at 96 in the draft. We got another Michigan player, another Michigan linebacker. Belichick loves his Michigan guys. I don't really know much about the offensive tackle that we drafted in like the 6th round.
Belichick loved his Michigan guys because they're used to playing for a loser.
I mean, I looked at something on their roster. We got like 21 players on their roster that either went to Michigan, Alabama, Auburn, or Oklahoma. So there's like 21 players on the Patriots roster that went to one of those schools.
You were also telling me the other day that there was a couple signings you guys were doing that could possibly be a start that might not even make the roster.
Yeah, like that. I don't know if the fat man remembers Raekwon McMillan.
Yep.
He's on their roster, and I don't think he's going to make the team. And he would be, I mean, he'd be at least a backup or a starter on a lot of teams. And he's not, I don't think he's going to make our roster. We got so much depth on our front seven. Our back end, probably, we could probably, if we had one or two guys on the back end, but our front seven's so good this year that there's going to be guys that aren't going to make the team that are pretty good. Like Kyle Van Noy, honestly, he might get cut.
So if you had to rank your roster right now,
so our tech person back there in the chair, let's get the link up in the chat section for them to click in and come join us. We're trying to get some fans of different teams in here. We're trying to get some Steelers fans. Love to get you in here to talk about Najee Harris. Maybe a Browns fan at some point. Talk about their draft, but we'd love to start with Steelers fan. Unfortunately, we started with a Patriots fan.
Where's Mr. Clark at?
He's here. He's tagging people.
Usually comes on and talks about his Browns.
So if you had to rank your roster right now for New England, where would you put them?
In the whole NFL?
Yeah.
Number one.
No, I'm not. I'll be realistic. I still don't.
4.
I don't think we have the best roster in the division overall. I think
They're going to trade Mac Jones and Cam Newton to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think we have I think we're a second best roster in our division. But I think
behind Miami.
I think defensively we might have the best roster in our division.
Defensively, for sure. I think in your division, for sure.
And we got the best tight end groups in our division as well. Hunter Henry, John A. Smith.
You might have the best tight end duo in the league, honestly.
And one of the probably a top 5, top 7 offensive line.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Bottom 3 quarterback.
But our question mark is running backs were pretty good. Defense, like I said, special teams. Our biggest question mark, wide receivers and quarterback. That's our 2 kind of question marks. Everything else, though, I put those up there with anybody.
So if we had to put your roster up against Los Angeles Rams, better or worse?
Overall?
Yeah.
I would go with the Rams because they got better receivers. Like, I'm not a big Matthew Stafford like everybody else is. I actually don't think Matthew Stafford's that better than Jared Goff.
Oh.
I think he has a better arm. That's it.
Here we go. Let's get that fired up in the comment section. Let's hold on to that. I want to talk about that later. Let's put a pin in it.
All right, Jordan.
Matthew Stafford.
Here's
barely better than Jared Goff.
Here's a fun fact. Yes, Matthew Stafford played for the god-awful Lions. But did you know Matthew Stafford has been in the National Football League since, like 2008? So that's 12 years of starting in the NFL? Do you know that Mitch Trubisky has won a division with the Chicago Bears? He was a missed extra point or missed field goal away, double doink from winning a playoff game. Matthew Stafford has never even won a playoff game or his division one time in 12 years. Mitch Trubisky did that in 4 years, 3 years starting?
And this is Jordan, our stat boy.
Matthew Stafford doesn't have the it factor. Yes, he's a good quarterback. He can put up good stats, but he's like Aaron Rodgers without the wins.
He's the complete opposite of Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm saying as far as like talent, he's like kind of like Aaron Rodgers. He just doesn't.
Right, except Stafford's clutch.
He just didn't play on Green Bay, basically, but he doesn't have that it factor when it comes in big games.
No, listen, Stafford, I believe, is 3rd in the NFL since he's been in the league in fourth quarter comebacks as a Lion.
Okay, and Andy Dalton's like 2nd. So what's your point?
Dalton's not 2nd.
He's up there.
Dalton's not close.
The link is up in the groups. Anybody that wants to come in here and join the fun,
I'm telling you,
hit that link. Let's have some fun.
Top 5, and I guarantee he's in the top 5 in fourth quarter drive since he's entered the league.
Go ahead and look it up, bud.
I don't need to look at it because I know the answer. Andy Dalton, like before. I don't know about now though, because he did leave Cincinnati. This was when
He's behind Russell. He's behind Stafford. He's behind Brady.
Well, yeah, everybody's behind Tom Brady,
He might even be behind Dak.
and probably Breeze. Drew Brees and Tom Brady were the tops.
But listen, here's the thing, though. Stafford did it with the Lions.
I'll be right back.
And statistically, let's be honest, statistically, Stafford has been better without Calvin Johnson.
Okay, but people act like the Lions don't have weapons. Like the Lions had Kenny Galladay, they had T.J. Hawkinson, they had Danny Amendola, they had Marvin Jones Jr. It's not like Stafford made those guys.
So besides Galladay and Johnson, everybody else that you're kind of naming isn't really that good.
Yeah, they're not a number one receiver, but they're
all right. But here's the thing, though. You're talking about a guy that I don't even think he's ever had a defense above the top 25 in the NFL.
Okay.
All right. So the thing is that there's more about winning than just the quarterback.
No. Yeah, there definitely is.
But Stafford statistically has won games for the Lions. Stafford, him, fourth quarter, being clutch. I believe he's at 38. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look at the list, but he's at like 38, which is like really impressive. He's already on the top 10 list all time, and he's probably going to play for at least another 10 years.
I'm telling you, the Rams fans are going to be disappointed at the end of the season. I'm telling you.
All right. Well, I'm on the opposite side of that. I don't think that Rams fans will necessarily be disappointed.
I don't think the Rams will get to the NFC Championship game. That's what I'll say.
That's because Seattle's going to stop them.
No. The Rams,
Okay.
Honestly, I could see the Rams finishing first, but I could see them finishing last in their division. And the reason I say that is because Matthew Stafford. The Rams got maybe the best defense in football. Well,
yeah.
It might take a little bit of decline. They did lose some key pieces on their back end, but they're still going to have a good front.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods is a really, really solid duo for him.
Yeah, and then they got that speed wide receiver from like Louisville, Tutu Atwell or something. He ran. I know he's only a rookie.
Yeah. Yep.
He ran. He's more like your.
Go easy on him, Hawk. We already established that he's sensitive.
Look, when we're talking about football, he's fine. When we play Madden, though, it's a different question.
He's going to take his ball and go home again. Let's get Anis Barner's out here on the show. Tag him up, light him up. Let's get him in here to talk about the Cleveland Browns. I promise I'll play nice this time.
Motherfucker said Tutu.
Yeah, the only thing with Tutu Atwell is he's pretty small.
All right, let's move on to what we're trying to talk about. All right,
everyone in the 32 Warzones group, start tagging Anis to get him in here to talk about the Browns.
Would you put your roster up? Hell, let's put him up to Seattle. How would you put your roster compared to the Seahawks?
Mine or the Dolphins?
No, the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Do you listen?
I don't know if he was talking to you or mine.
You listen. He was talking to you.
Okay.
I'm just here poking the bear in the background. Calm down.
I would put our roster above Seattle's.
You really?
Yeah.
We got you in linebackers, even if we don't keep right.
Here's why.
Good.
I think the Patriots got a better defense. I think the Patriots have a better offensive line. Now, I'll give you that. Seattle got, say, quarterback. And
wide receiver.
They got DK Metcalf.
Tyler Lockett, too.
Okay, but we got
Freddie Swain could probably start on your team, bud.
We got the tight end offensive line, the most important position outside of quarterback's offensive line. We have one of the best in the league. Seattle has one of the worst.
Center,
we're ranked actually seventh in the
NFL. Center, most important position on the field. Center.
Wide receivers advantage over us. I'll give you that.
Wide receiver, quarterback, running backs we have over you.
Got Mac Jones.
Yeah, well, Russell's going to be like 70 times better than Mac Jones, so I'm not worried about that. And let's go on the defensive side. All right. Is your D line better than Mayoa, Alden Smith? Is it better than Puna Ford and Carlos Dunlap? I don't know about that. I think our depth is a lot better than you think. I think you're kind of underrating that.
Nope, we got depth on our D line too. Go look.
Do you have hold on 1 second.
Did you guys draft the best defensive tackle in the draft in like 5 or 6 years?
Okay, but he's a rookie. You know, I wouldn't put him above like anybody like Carlos Dunlap or Alden Smith.
That's my thing. Our defense, our front seven is go look at the Patriots front seven. Their rosters. There's guys that I'm telling you that are not going to make the team. Like Kyle Van Noy, I think is going to get cut. I think Raekwon McMillan's going to get cut. And there's guys that are decent players or above average players that aren't going to make the team.
All right. Well, I strongly disagree with you about the D line. I think they're about equal, slight edge to Seattle. We definitely got you in linebackers, and that's even if, like I said, if Wright doesn't stay with us, fine. Jordan Brooks and Bobby Wagner, 100% better, best duo in the league.
Okay, where's the
Patriots 5-12 next season?
Where's the
moving on?
Where's the Matthew Judon on the Seattle defense? Where's that at?
Where's the what?
Matthew Judon. Where's the Matthew Judon on Seattle? I don't see one.
Where's a Bobby Wagner on the Patriots?
Okay, but there's a Dante Hightower.
Where's the Jamal Adams on the Patriots?
Where's a Carlos Dunlap on the Patriots? Where's a Alden Smith on the Patriots? Where's a Quandre Diggs on the Patriots?
Where's a DK Metcalf?
Devin McCourty's better than Quandre Diggs at free safety. There's one.
That's arguable. That's a debate. That's debatable.
Where's a Stephon Gilmore on the Seattle?
Where's a Russell Wilson?
I never said our corners are better.
Okay, I'm just going by the defense overall. Though. You said safety, so I'm going by safety, corner, linebackers, defense, overall defense. I take the Patriots.
I think that
you're safe for trying to trash Lamar. I hope you know that.
What?
You know what time it is? It's time for a fuck Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom Brady.
Let's all get together and let's just when you say it loud and proud and you just yell it out, so fuck Tom Brady. Oh, it feels so good. That's so nice. So nice.
Dave really wants that Belichick versus Brady Super Bowl.
I do.
I'm not going to get it though.
I want Daddy to put him in his place.
You know,
I want you guys to hear it from me first. I want you guys to hear it from me now. The NFC West is going to win a Super Bowl this year. I got my money right here. If it's not going to be us, it's going to be LA. If it's not going to be LA, it's going to be San Francisco. Period.
Yeah, but and Miami's who they're going to beat. Sure, calm down over there.
Yeah,
sorry, Jordan,
you can say that
I didn't even put you on mute this time.
You could say that if I was like an Eagles fan, but we're the toughest division in football. All three of those teams are winning at least 12 games. All three of those teams have Super Bowl caliber rosters.
All right, so let's start tagging some Steelers fans in the comments. They're usually ever so loud and ever so squawky. I want them to come in and talk about their draft, always coming out thumping their chests. Now is the perfect time. We'd love to have you come talk to us.
That's another team that I thought should have drafted a quarterback.
Let's find some Steelers fans.
The Steelers?
Yes. You guys talked about Washington not drafting one. I thought Pittsburgh was another team.
Yeah,
I think Pittsburgh made the right move.
It's like, yeah, they didn't draft a guy, but they got a potential project, and then they got a guy that will hold someone's clipboard forever, and then they got Ben Roethlisberger. So, I mean, it's not terrible for
this year
for Pittsburgh.
So they have Ben Roethlisberger for this year.
Yeah.
Right? So his contract will retire by Ben. And then next offseason, Ryan Fitzpatrick's deal will be up with the Washington Redskins. Pittsburgh make an offer to Fitzy, get him in town.
No.
You're going to have Fitzy as a quarterback for the Steelers.
You know who's going to be
taking him back to the top.
Here's my prediction.
Fitzy and Najee.
Here's my prediction. You know who this next Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback is going to be?
Mac Jones.
Nope.
I got it.
Oh my God, dude! I'm not gonna make it, dude. try to keep it together. Jesus Christ.
The next Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback.
Trace McSorley.
The next Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback is going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
No, let me help you out. Nonsense, Poopy Pants.
Right for Aaron Rodgers.
Jordan, I don't know why you always do this to yourself. You're in a penalty box. We'll not have that nonsense.
In the penalty box again, Jordan. Come on, man.
We will not have that level of stupidness going on.
You know what's great is you say, like, Jordan says some solid good things about certain things.
And then you get random stuff like that, and I just gotta throw him in the penalty box.
Like, it's just like he says good stuff, and then out of nowhere, it's just like
Makes good points. Stats guy always brings the stats. Puts on a Lamar film study showing how Lamar can't throw outside the numbers. Lamar getting trucked. How Lamar can only run. How he doesn't think that a team can win a Super Bowl with that style of offense, and that Lamar is going to get his head taken off and left laying in the trenches, and Baltimore is going to be screwed. And he does a good job of all that stuff, and then he comes in, and then we get something silly like Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
oh my god.
And Tim Tebow is going to be the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars next year. All right, we'll let him out of the penalty box.
Do you want to apologize right now to the chat before we move on?
No, it's okay. Folks, what's your opinion on that? We want to know.
No.
Aaron Rodgers, next starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's your guys' takes on that?
Tim Tebow is actually going to be the tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's actually a legitimate thing, though.
Well, we did not bring that up as a topic.
My thing is, why do you?
Because I forgot.
Why do you switch to tight end when you're almost 35 years old in the NFL?
Well, he's still athletically gifted. Like, he's big, he's tall, he's not slow. And I mean he does. Generally, quarterbacks have decent to above average hands.
So he just has to learn how to block.
Yeah.
And look, Tim Tebow, you can have 3 tight ends on your roster. It's not going to hurt your roster. He'll be on the 53-man roster. He's going to be in the locker room. This is why you bring Tim Tebow in. He's a good guy to have in your locker room. You're losing. He's positive. Good morale. You know, we know all the religious stuff about him. He's got the right. He's on the right side of the fence. He's just a good locker room presence, and I think with Urban Meyer, he's trying to build a locker room. He's going to have a lot of young guys in there, and I think a guy like Tebow is going to help create a positive locker room.
One thing that you guys didn't mention, I don't think you guys mentioned it at least.
Fuck Tom Brady. I know. I haven't mentioned it in about 2 minutes.
I'm talking about the signing that you guys signed, 2 days ago? Jason McCourty?
Yep.
What do you think about that?
I think we signed more New England's garbage.
More New England. They're decline players.
Well,
yeah, besides the playbook, besides trying to get New England.
I don't understand why Miami cut Kyle Van Noy, just let him go re-sign with New England.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to make the roster if he signed with us. That's why Patrick Chung retired. Or Belichick's like, you're not making the roster. Stack. Bye.
Hey, we're looking for more guests. Starting to get. We need somebody else to come in here.
Yeah, I'm still trying to keep myself together. I mean,
what's the matter?
What, you didn't like my Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh take?
You know what? I was fine
take.
with that. It was the reaction from the fat man. Like, I'm still trying to get it together. It was freaking hilarious. Sometimes he has some comedy gold here. Come follow him on the Twitter.
Yeah, guys. Well, guys, you can go ahead over. You can follow us on YouTube too. Make sure we'll get that link up there for you guys too. You can follow us on YouTube. We also have mentioned a couple times throughout we're starting to get some merch out there. That link will be going up in the comments as well. You guys can click there, go head over, get yourself a Fat Man and the Hawk t-shirt. We got a couple other ones in the works. The Fuck Tom Brady and the there are some, maybe a Trey Lance at 3 no matter what.
Want to kind of piggyback up that while we have time, we are going to be having a online franchise mode through Madden on the PS4 on the Fat Man and the Hawk page. If you have one, I'll have that post up soon. Make sure you comment it. I'll try to get everybody on. We are going to actually stream games on it. We're going to cover it. It's going to be awesome. We'll have content forever. We'll actually watch Jordan get stomped by the Hawk frequently, I promise.
You guys can come on over, join our group on Facebook, Fat Man and the Hawk, and that's where we'll put the Madden franchise thing up that the Hawk is talking about, and y'all can all come in and watch how Jordan rage quits and stomps off like a little girl. All right, moving on.
Nah, I want to start practicing, and your guys are in trouble.
You know what's funny? I told him I was going to tell him all my plays, and he still ran off.
Look, bud, you know what? You know why I'm not going to play? Because I suck at Madden. I put that shit on rookie, turn salary cap off, arcade mode. It's the closest thing to Tecmo I can get. Listen, the team I built on Madden, I got bookend DEs in Bosa and Bosa. I just sign all the big free agents, make all the moves, wheeling and dealing in the Madden, and but I'm terrible at it.
And he got Aaron Donald at tackle. He forgot to say that.
I got a what?
I said you got Aaron Donald at defensive tackle. You forgot to say that.
No, I didn't trade for him yet. I need another first-round pick.
That would be like having a nano blitz without having to set anything up. Just 3 people rushing in. But anyways, let's talk about this comment here. What do you guys think of my Chicago Bears draft? I think that they made the biggest splash in the draft by trading up to get Justin Fields.
And I hate Chicago for that move only.
And Jordan hates Chicago because he told us for months that it was going to be Justin Fields, not Mac Jones, to the Patriots, even though the Hawk told Jordan Mac Jones was going to go to the Patriots.
So this is what I want to know. There's whoever put the Chicago Bears question. Would you like to come join the live? We'll throw the link up. Click in. You could turn your camera off. You don't have to be on camera. We just like to talk to you. It's a little bit easier than blasting through the chats.
Who said that? I have to come after him.
All right, Fat Man's got to go daddy duty real quick.
So besides the Bears taking the quarterback you truly wanted, what do you think about the Bears draft overall?
What do I think about that? Didn't they take like an offensive tackle, I believe, in the second round? Tevin?
Yeah, they addressed their offensive line. They got Tevin Jenkins. They got Larry Borum from Missouri. They drafted a running back, Khalil Herbert, a wide receiver from North Carolina, Daz Newsome, and Thomas Graham Jr., a defensive back from Oregon State. And in the 7th round, they got Kyrus Tonga, a defensive tackle from BYU.
Yeah, I don't know much about those last 2 guys, but overall, I think that was a pretty good draft for the first. They got their biggest needs, like you said, offensive line, wide receiver, quarterback. That's mainly they need some juice on offense. I mean, everybody knows Chicago knows how to play defense. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chicago's I think my entire lifetime, Chicago has always had one of the better defenses in the NFL. And I think still to this day, they are one of the better defenses in the NFL. The thing is, they have, in my opinion, they have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Allen Robinson's a legitimate wide receiver, one of the better route runners. He could take it to the house. The thing is whether they stay with Dalton or they have Justin Fields, that offense is legitimately better just because of the upgrade at quarterback. I think Dalton and Fields is a significant upgrade over Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles.
Yeah.
So I mean, that right there alone, I feel like at the very least, give Chicago another 1 or 2 wins on the season. The rookies that they made, like let's see how they pan out. Like Chicago might be a problem. I think the biggest issue for Chicago is how much better the Vikings got, honestly.
My thing is, I said the other day, I made a post on here and I said, if Aaron Rodgers holds out and doesn't play for Green Bay this year, can Chicago win that NFC North? I think they can.
I think they could too. But again, I say I think they could because I mean, fuck, I can't believe how stacked the NFC is right now. The NFC is legitimately stacked. But
I mean,
Chicago's biggest problem will be Vikings if something happens with Aaron Rodgers and that fiasco, for sure.
You look around the league, there's not many rosters that aren't like good. Like think about all the rosters in the league. Like there's not many rosters that aren't like really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few like Jacksonville and Miami and the Jets, the rebuilding teams. But outside of that, like outside of the rebuilding teams, like normally the middle of the pack teams are just like they're good at certain spots. But like even like team like Miami, they're like really good at receiver, really good on defense. I mean, they got one of the most underrated tight ends in my opinion, Gesicki. And then, like, it's just really coming down to their quarterback play is what they're coming down to for them.
Yeah. NFC West is the best. I agree.
Yeah, like I said, I have NFC West, AFC North, AFC East, AFC West, NFC South, NFC East, and then AFC South. Because I think Jacksonville is going to be I think Jacksonville and Houston is going to be in the top 5 draft next year, and Indianapolis is a team that's I think they could be a 500 team, but I think they could be just as good as last year. It's going to really come down to they're another team that comes down to their quarterback play. Like Carson Wentz will bounce back.
Yeah, that like if you look at Indianapolis, you just go by like their talent. You know, they've got great running back, decent wide receivers. Their offensive line is amazing.
I think they got a roster. I think it's going to come down to their quarterback play.
Yeah, so like it's one of those things where you look at that team, it's like, okay, at the very least they're going to win 7 games. But at the most, this team could possibly win like 12, 13.
Yeah, because they won, I think, 11 last year with Phillip Rivers. And I think if Wentz is as good as he was, like his MVP year, I think they're another 1 or 2 win team. I mean, because the Rivers kind of don't have the arm that Wentz has. I think Wentz has a little, especially at his age, that Rivers was at last year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my prediction for King of the NFC North, so the winner of that division, as long as nothing happens to Rodgers, it's still going to be Green Bay. But I do think that the Bears in Minnesota are going to be stronger. Like they're going to be stronger for sure. So it's not going to be a cakewalk for the NFC North. The only team that's really, unfortunately, bad is Detroit, and they're making some good moves too. So
yeah, Detroit's definitely a rebuild. So, like I said, there's only a few rosters that are really in rebuild. Like, Detroit, New York Jets. The Texans, I guess. Fires. There's not many. Like even like Cincinnati's I think they're kind of towards the end of their rebuild. Yeah, there's not really many teams like Cleveland's. Their roster stacked now. Like a few years ago, they were rebuilding. Miami's pretty much done with their rebuild. I mean, there's not many teams that really need a rebuild. Buffalo's got their rebuild now. They got their quarterback. Baltimore. Pittsburgh will be a team that needs a rebuild probably after this year. A little bit, but there's not many teams that really need a rebuild outside of those like few teams that drafted high this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the NFL as a whole is probably one of the most competitive I've ever seen the NFL as a whole. It's crazy good.
That's what I'm saying. There's like I said, there's no I don't think there's there'll be teams that finish in the middle of the pack, but
of course.
Yeah, but like a team let's say a team Atlanta. Like most years I think Atlanta would be like a 8 to 9 win team maybe. Like this year they might only win
they actually had a thing where if every game stopped at the half Atlanta was actually a team that had 10 wins on the year.
Well, that's how like the
They're
Chargers are the same way. That we went in a half, and then like somehow they blow a game in the second half.
Yeah, I think the Chargers were somewhere around 7 or 8, though. I can't remember. But I know that Atlanta, I've heard a lot of analysts say this, and I mean, I feel this way as well. They're the best 5-11 team I think I've ever seen.
Well, I said that about a year before last year. I said I think Matt Ryan is the most underrated quarterback in the National Football League because he always puts up like 4,500 yards. Their defense was like Dallas's. They couldn't stop nobody, and you're just having to try to win 42 to 38 games all the time.
Yeah. What was I gonna say here? As long as Andy Dalton keeps my Chicago Bears afloat and the defense kill people, I think they will be second. If Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, my Bears will win the NFC North. So I got a question for you there, Bears fan. How would you rather have Dalton or Justin Fields going forward? Like, would you rather have, a proven veteran, a veteran that's honestly statistically he's not bad. He's a Pro Bowler. He's won a lot of games. Unfortunately, he's had some really, really terrible luck in the playoffs with injuries. I mean, hell, there was one year I could have swore that Cincinnati was the best team, and
that was the year they what's his name, Vontaze Burfict lit up Antonio Brown in the playoffs. I think.
Yes, I think that was the year that they were, like, in my mind, they were probably the best team in the league.
Before that year, and but they lost 2 of their games without Andy Dalton because A.J. McCarron had to fill in, and they lost 2 of their games at the end of the year, or else they probably would have went like 14-2 and got a first round bye.
Yeah,
they were hot that year.
Yep. So I mean, Dalton's realistically, he's a proven winner. But then you look at this Justin Fields guy now, and this isn't just me being a person that wants to be biased against Trevor Lawrence in any way, but the percentages of his throws against the pressure better than Trevor Lawrence. The percentages on the deep throw better than Trevor Lawrence. He's faster than Trevor Lawrence. Statistically, he was the best quarterback. I think that he looks really solid on, through watching his highlights through tape. The one asterisk that's on his name is, unfortunately, he's from Ohio State. So I know we did like that one thing where I was like, oh, how I put him last only because I wanted to say he's from Ohio State. But honestly, he might be first. He might be the best quarterback in the damn draft.
I think the Bears are going to go kind of. I think them and the Patriots are similar as far as like their rookie quarterbacks. I think of Dalton.
See, the thing is I agree with you somewhat, right? I don't think that Cam Newton will ever be back to his 2015 form. Yeah. You agree? I think that Dalton can 100% have a better season than he's ever had with Chicago this coming season.
I will say, if you give Andy Dalton the offensive line and a number 1 receiver, he's a really good quarterback. Well,
right now he's got one of the best receivers.
That's what I'm saying. Because look at his, he kind of I'm not saying he made AJ Green, but he made him and AJ Green just had that connection together.
They did 100%. I mean, AJ Green is good, but do you think for the first 7 years that he's the best wide receiver ever? No, you wouldn't say that. But statistically, he was.
Yeah, I think he's the only receiver to make 7 Pro Bowls his first 7 years or something crazy.
Yeah, he's the first receiver to go 7 straight. His first 7 seasons, all over 1,000 yards or 1,100 or something like that. That he broke a lot of crazy records.
Yeah, and then he just kept getting injury.
Yep. So this guy, he believes that if Dalton goes under 500, I see Fields coming from the bullpen. So you're kind of set on Andy Dalton's your starter. That's who you want to see week 1. Okay.
Here's a good question. I know this isn't Bears related. It's more towards the win situation. So the Colts have to give up a first round pick if Carson Wentz plays. I think it was 75% of the snaps. At what point do you think like the Colts are like, where you just don't want to give them a first round pick if they're like out of playoff contention or whatever, like late in the year? What point do you think they pull Carson Wentz?
Here's the thing, though. In this particular situation, them losing a first-round pick to an NFC team isn't really going to bother them too much. So if Wentz is playing at a similar level of the season previous when he threw for over 4,000 yards, no receivers over 500, if he's on that similar level for Indianapolis, they're not going to sit him, man. He's going to be good.
Yeah, that was my only question on him. Like, if they're like, because I think they said he has to play like snaps this year. So I was like, wondering what point do they pull him if they're like out of playoff contention, so they don't have to give up, that first round pick.
At the same time, the Patriots pull Cam Newton for Mac Jones.
Well, the Patriots will be pulling Cam Newton by Mac Jones for like week 4, week 5. Maybe Mac Jones beats him out in camp.
See, I think the Mac Jones Cam Newton battle is similar to the Jimmy Garoppolo Trey Lance battle. I think that it's very possible both rookie quarterbacks beat out the veterans before week 1.
I think Trey Lance is the quarterback that needs to sit, though. Out of all these quarterbacks, I think he needs a year to sit because I think even Justin Fields needs a year to sit. But of all the quarterbacks, if I had to say one that needs to sit, I think Trey Lance is the guy that needs to sit.
Yeah.
Because he has the most inexperience, and he also played at the FCS level. So I think he needs the most time to sit and learn the NFL game.
I'm on the other side of the fence on that, but I honestly think that Trey Lance is beating out Jimmy G. Looking at that offense, knowing what Shanahan does at practice, I don't really think he's looking for a guy to sit behind a guy that doesn't even run the offense that he wants to run in the first place. He would probably I can 100% see him going with the rookie because Jimmy can't run the offense the Kyle Shanahan way.
My thing with that, though, is I think this is why I say this. I think Trey Lance needed to develop as in his accuracy. I think he's kind of like Josh Allen. He's a project player. It's going to take him like 2 or 3 years to really work on his accuracy.
Which is why you keep Jimmy G there for a year.
That's why I think Jimmy G's going to start because I think Trey Lance isn't an accurate quarterback, so he needs to work on his accuracy.
I like Trey Lance. I
do too. I think I think he potentially could be the quarterback in this draft, but I said he also could be, the bust of this draft. But I think he definitely has the tools.
And I'm not going to lie. I talked shit about Justin Fields since about week 8 last year because of the Ohio State struggle in the NFL. Comment up there on the screen. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of intrigued by him now, seeing him slide down. I want to see how he responds, what he can do for Chicago. I'm kind of interested in him now. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns out to be really good.
Well, Chicago's never really had a good franchise. I mean, quarterback. Their best quarterbacks are what, like Rex Grossman, Jay Cutler,
Jim Harbaugh.
What's his name, McMahon or whatever?
Jim McMahon.
Yeah.
So
Mitchell Trubisky.
Like I said, when you think of the Bears, you think of defense and you think of running backs. You think of hard-nosed football.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Clark, if you're out there and available, would you like to come on here and join us? Have fun poking fun at our resident Patriots fan, Jordan, over there in the corner?
Not going to lie, guys, I'm running out of time here. So, I got another 15 minutes on me.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
He's lying. He's lying. He's going to go play some Madden after this.
No, he has plans. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Yes.
You should have led the show off with that instead of That
I
tweet.
did, buddy. I did. Don't worry. I did.
Aaron Rodgers.
First thing I said.
So all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And to Jordan's mom, I'm sorry.
And to Jordan's mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry he has to come on here and say something silly like Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers.
You love to take. Don't sit there and lie.
I love that you said I'm going to play Madden after this. Listen, if you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll kick your ass, okay?
I'll probably never be on at 3 in the morning. I was up at like 5 in the morning the one night though, because of somebody.
Yeah, it looks like he'll be on next week.
Yeah.
What, David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody else want to join, I guess.
I mean,
It's not looking that way.
yeah, I'm like running out of time anyways. I'd like to talk to somebody for a little while, have a conversation like we did, Jordan, until you spouted off some shit. They said it's all funny. It's all great until you talk about Lamar Jackson.
But
It's all
listen,
great until you talk about Stafford and now Rodgers. What the hell's wrong with you?
but see, this is why we bring Jordan on, because he does make some really good, valid points. As y'all
Right.
heard, he's intelligent. He's intelligent football wise, and we enjoy that about him. And that's why we like having him on. But every once in a while, he just throws something out there that I can't entertain.
We just have to put him in a penalty box. That's all.
He just gets penalized. Penalty box.
That's okay. Like, he was so mad at me, he kicked me out of a whole league.
At least I didn't say like Tua's going to the Steelers or something.
It's possible.
Yeah, at least Tua going to the Steelers. Like, I think that's more possible than Rodgers.
You think so? Why would it often just throw Tua out the window?
Here, you saying Rodgers going to the Steelers is like me saying Brett Favre is coming to the Seahawks.
Hold that thought. We have somebody asking to join the event. We have our tech person behind the scenes. She will put the link in there for you, Mr. Norwood. If you click that link, you can come on in. We have a few more minutes where he can talk to you. I know we would like to spend time with the wives, since it is Mother's Day and all. They deserve a little bit of time.
Just a little.
Yeah, well, mine's kind of used to little things. So
Rodgers to KC to be with his State Farm buddy. Now that would be an interesting quarterback battle.
Hey, how about Rogers, Arizona, to play in State Farm Stadium?
Now don't get Hawk over there too excited.
What would that? Oh, can you imagine Rogers and D-Hop?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Rodgers with that offense in general.
Dude, Cardinals immediately. We're talking Larry comes back. We're talking Super Bowl.
If Rodgers went to the Cardinals, they'd go 17-0.
Me and your buddy here, the Hawk, we were talking the other day about Adrian Peterson. Do we think he can come back and rush for 1,000 yards on a team?
Yeah, we were.
Do we think he still has it in the tank at what, like 40 years old?
He's 35.
Who's going to sign Frank Gore?
Is he a free agent?
He's a free agent. Who's going to sign Frank Gore?
Nobody. He's going to retire as the third all-time leading rusher.
He wants to play with his kid.
Does he have a kid coming in or something?
Yeah, I think it's next
Just
year.
sophomore.
Yeah, so he'll be eligible next year.
Who's he play for in college?
Some scrub school.
Some scrub school, you said?
Yeah.
Huh. Because I never knew that. Does he play running back as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, guys, the link is there in the comments. We got about 10 minutes for you to come and join.
Yeah.
I believe it was a Mr. Norwood that was looking to come in. You just have to click the link.
Who does this Mr. Norwood like? Who's he a fan of?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it in the comments.
Kyler Murray is overrated. You know what? I don't think Kyler Murray is overrated. I just think that, his first year in the league, he was running for his life. The second year, he gets D-Hop, which is honestly added, 4 wins? Was it 4? I think they went 9-7. So, I mean, 8-8.
Yes.
So he added 3 wins to that roster. So I'm assuming that Kyler's just starting. He's going to get better. I just don't. Let's be real, guys. If Rodgers magically ends up in Arizona, there's no way Kyler's going to start over him. But
JJ Watt's in Arizona too now.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers to Cardinals. Super Bowl.
Hey, here's a question. If Aaron Rodgers is on the Cardinals, are they the best roster in the NFL?
Yes.
If you're the Green Bay Packers, would you trade Aaron Rodgers to the Arizona Cardinals for Kyler Murray and 2 future number 1s?
My thing, if you're Arizona, would you give up 2 first and Kyler Murray for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Even at Aaron Rodgers, 38 years old or whatever?
He's 37, yes.
They're going to give up a quarterback and 2 first rounders.
Dude, it's Arizona. People come here to retire anyway. Hey!
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. Nice to see the Seattle people, the Atlanta people, and whoever you are. Nice seeing y'all.
Well, I'm a Dolphins fan. I live in Arizona, so I got my Larry Fitzgerald jersey on. The 2 jerseys in the wall.
Okay. Okay. How's the weather in Miami, brother?
Don't know. I'm in Arizona.
Man, what you talking about?
Yeah, what team do you follow, buddy?
Brother, I bear down every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
So are you the Chicago fan we've been talking with?
You got a Bears fan in here.
Hell yeah, Bears.
Bears fan. Joining the show.
I got 3 Roquan Smith jerseys. I got 3 Roquan Smith jerseys and a Bears hat. I might have to change because since we drafted Justin Fields, I want to get that hat. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about Justin Fields? Are you excited?
I am, but I'm trying to stay grounded and I'm optimistic yet grounded because let's face it, like y'all were mentioning earlier, my Bears history in quarterbacks, yeah. I mean, I'll take like I say about Trubisky, I miss him, but hey, it is what it is. I'll take him over Jay Cutler any day of the week and twice on Sundays. So,
wow.
But Justin Fields, I take him over Trubisky. And nothing against Trubisky, he did his best. It's just Trubisky just wasn't cutting it, I guess.
Trubisky, like in his defense, he had a very, very stellar 5 out of the last 6 weeks of last year. In fact, I believe he was number 2 in the NFL through that span in quarterback rating and passing completions. Yeah. And honestly, he would have had a much, much better game if it wasn't for our man slapping a face in the playoffs. Dropping that wide open pass.
Oh my God! Oh. Hey, remember, the best kicker in Cleveland Brown history, Cody Parkey. If that fool would have made that kick instead of going doing doing, we would have went to we would have passed them punk ass Eagles. But
I had some fun making fun of that receiver of yours throwing that little bitch slap. You got to go back and watch some of our older stuff. In there, I had some comedy gold for weeks about that guy.
Javon Williams.
Yep.
And then, you know what the funny thing is? A 5'11" receiver slapped the same guy in the playoffs at his house in New Orleans. Anthony Miller. So we got 2 receivers that just said, man, I'm gonna hit this dude in the face, and I don't care if I get suspended or whatever. Come on, man, really? We're in the playoffs, man. Forget this dude. God.
But I posed the question earlier on before you might not have been on listening yet. But so, as a Bears fan, do you feel like they kind of did right because they kind of dangled Russell Wilson out there as a carrot, went ahead, they made it very public, like, hey, we're trying to get Russell Wilson. He's going to be the next Bears quarterback. They pull the coyote ugly on you. You wake up with, the ready to retire Andy Dalton. They say, hey, you're going to be our starting quarterback. You wake up with that in the morning, and then come draft night, they trade up and they get you Justin Fields. Did they make it right for you fans?
First off, about that, just remember. Oh, we was also talking about Deshaun Watson. Remember that?
How that decision turned out to work.
Right, and you hear about Deshaun Watson now. That dude wants to rape women. I guess that's allegedly.
We try to stay away from that. We don't really touch on legal stuff, because.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I apologize.
I might. It's okay because I might get carried away sometimes. So.
Right, but what I'm saying is, Payson there was talking about Russell Wilson. He would have been great. I ain't care if he's 5'11". Russell Wilson is great. Yes, Mr. Seahawk, you definitely blessed to have a Russell Wilson. Oh, shut up.
He wears the wide receiver's jersey.
Is that Tyler Lockett's jersey?
Yes, I mean, and then he's got one of the best talented young receivers over there in DK Metcalf. The dude's 6'4", 230 and outruns us. Okay,
he runs like a deer.
He runs like a deer that's got cheetah speed. Okay, it's not fair.
It's amazing.
I
love it so much. I abuse it in Madden.
I'd like to see him and Tyreek Hill.
You throw it to him every game, every pass play you throw, it's to him.
I actually try to give him a couple shots a game.
Even if it's a play for the tight end, I bet you throw the Metcalf. You ain't slow.
This is my boy right here. This is my boy.
You ain't slow.
I don't know. Clyde, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but the other thing was we were talking about a Madden tournament. So if you're into Madden and you play Madden, he's going to be putting up a PlayStation 4 franchise mode thing. Go head over. You could find our Facebook page. It's Fat Man and the Hawk. You could join us there. We're going to do it through that. We would have to talk to some guys behind the scenes in Warzone if they'd want us to run it through them as well before we go ahead and make that decision. But we're definitely going to run it through our group.
Right. But answering your question earlier about, like I said, I wouldn't have mind Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson I didn't have no problem with that. Would have made the draft debacle of, hey, let's go get Mitch Trubisky and pick 2. It would have made that better, but again, when we traded up to get Justin Fields, I was shocked. I was like,
it was just a shocking draft.
Yeah, because like I say, man, because like everybody be saying, man, I mean, man, if Pace and Nagy didn't get a decent quarterback, they were fired.
Here's my thought on draft.
They were fired. I'm telling you, Pace and Nagy would have been gone. Sorry about the lights being off. It just gotta take care of some stuff in my apartment. Hold on.
That's all right. I think Jordan has a question for you. He's trying to ask you a question. Jordan's audio is terrible today for some reason. We told him he needs to fix it.
Yeah, I think his beard's covering the mic part of the.
I know. I mean, man, dude, either that beard is very, very dark like that Brian Wilson dude from the San Francisco Giants, or it's just plain, it's just bad lighting in his place. But
I think it looks like the hills of Tennessee beard.
I think I think the beard's tainted from rage quitting.
But go ahead, Jordan. Ask him. Jordan is very knowledgeable. He was teeing up a good question there. Go ahead, Jordan. Ask him.
Ask is on draft night when the Chicago Bears were trading up. Was there that little thought that hey, we might trade up for something else or like Mac Jones?
You know what? I was doing the comparison myself, and when I heard that Fields was second best behind Trevor Lawrence, I was like, okay. And then you saw the draft of happen. They Zach Wilson left, and then Trey Lance. And I was asking a friend of mine who's a 49er fan, how y'all gonna take Trey Lance over Justin Fields? Justin Fields is better than Trey Lance. And he was like, "Oh yeah, we just did it because Trey Lance is a project and all that stuff." Like I was saying earlier in the comments, Trey Lance can't throw.
Batman said Trey Lance at 3 no matter what for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah. I just told him. He said, "Yeah, well, we all know Jimmy G is if he's healthy, he's playing, and they'll make the playoffs with a healthy Jimmy G. But if Jimmy G's hurt like he is, Trey Lance will be in there. But the thing is, receivers better be ready to catch balls out of bounds because Trey Lance can't throw. I mean, all the highlights I see of Trey Lance is he runs. I haven't seen him like throw like the Justin Fieldses or the Trevor Lawrences or the Zach Wilsons of the world, But when those quarterbacks left, and then and the Bears made that move, I was thinking about when they made the trade. I was thinking to myself, what are we going to get? Okay, we got Dalton. I mean, it's okay. Dalton's like we all say, Dalton's okay. He's okay.
Right.
He doesn't.
Gonna love him.
Right, I ain't got no problem with Dalton. I mean, when we signed out, I was like, oh well, at least we got at least we ain't somebody that makes me just hurl. You know what I'm saying? Like I said again, I remember I'm 43. I've been a Bear fan all my life. Yeah, the only quarterback I remember that was decent and got us a championship was Jim McMahon. All them other ones, I thought Grossman got us to a championship, but Grossman was interception prone. I hate interceptions, really.
Well, Jim Harbaugh was all right for the Bears.
Harbaugh was decent. I mean, look, he's a coach, so obviously that's what's that tell you, But all the quarterbacks, and then of course, like I said about Ohio State quarterbacks. I mean, my Bears one time we had Craig Krenzel. Really? And Craig Krenzel was decent at Ohio State. He gets to the league, especially Chicago, and yeah.
Would you take Krenzel over Charlie Whitehurst?
Oh my God, Charlie Whitehurst has decent stats. He was good at Clemson for a while too, wasn't he?
Whitehurst was a bum.
I remember when the Bears fell in love with Salam.
Whitehurst was all right at Clemson, but when he got to the league, yes, he turned into a straight ill.
One of my favorites.
So, what?
Here's the watch.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Who was that?
Matt Forte.
Oh man, I miss Matt Forte.
He said Matt Forte was his favorite Bear.
One of my favorite Bears. Brian Urlacher's up there.
Hey,
mine's Jay Cutler.
See, when I wear Bears jerseys, I wear Bears jerseys of defense because once again, I ain't gonna wear them on quarterbacks because we ain't never had a quarterback that make me go, yes, we gotta ban it, we gotta ban to throw the ball. No, I never had, not even a tailback, not a wide receiver.
You better have
defense for me.
Better have you a Khalil Mack jersey in that closet.
You know what? Like I said, like I was telling you earlier, I got 3 Roquans. 3.
No Addy Jack.
3 Roquans. Let me show you, okay?
I could have swore Jordan's over there asking if you like to drink Captain Jack. I don't know what he's saying over there. The microphone is trash. I don't know.
Jack.
Break out the rum and Coke, I guess. I don't know.
You know what?
No Eddie Jack. Like Eddie
Actually, I'm when I do have a drink, I try to drink my go-to vodka is Ciroc, and if I do have a dark drink, it'll be E&J or Hennessy.
Jordan drinks White Claw.
I actually don't. That shit's gross.
You know what? I got a friend of mine.
Is his favorite flavor.
I got a friend of mine that had those seltzers, those White Claw seltzers. Those things are pretty good. I'm intrigued to try out the Mike's Hard Lemonade seltzers because I'm a Mike's Hard Lemonade fan, but it's
All right, if we talk about them anymore, they're gonna have to sponsor us.
I don't.
Watch. White Claw will have something like, hey, go ahead and sponsor us. You know what I'm saying?
We know somebody that kind of works for them that still hasn't gotten us to sponsorship yet.
Yeah, haven't got to marketing yet.
God damn it!
But another thing, I wanted to hurry up and get on this thing, and I'm glad you guys have me on here. Thank you for inviting me. It is.
Oh, we love having fans on here. We know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. So we get on here, we talk. We always like having guys come on and educate us on their teams and what they think, and it's fun.
Right.
It's interesting.
Right. It is awesome to meet fellow fans that are dedicated to their hometown fans like we are. Like you say, you're a Miami Dolphins fan, but you're in Arizona. But that's fine. Whoever your fandom is, it doesn't matter.
Well, I like
how Homer represents his Seattle Seahawks.
I'm from Pennsylvania. My dad's side of my family lives in Florida. That's how I ended up being a Dolphins fan. So it's kind of grew up in a Dolphins house. You will be a Dolphins fan, and then I moved to Arizona. But I'm like 20 minutes away from Cardinals Stadium, and my daughter somehow magically turned into a Cardinals fan. So we go to preseason games and stuff. So I got the Larry Fitzgerald jersey for when we go to games.
Arizona is a talented squad. Just ask Mr. Seattle up there.
Plus, Larry Fitzgerald's just a good dude. He's a good human.
Yeah, he's an awesome ambassador to the league. He ought to be an ambassador to the league. He's very that's a very gentlemanly receiver. He's a gentleman. He looked like he was a gentleman. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying earlier. I'm probably going to get a Najee Harris jersey too, because have you seen where he held his draft party? That was
The thing about
he did
Pittsburgh,
that at the homeless shelter that he spent a lot of time in. That was sweet. That's a good man right there. So I'll probably hang that jersey up in my closet.
And then the thing about Pittsburgh getting him, if I was a Pittsburgh coach or GM, I'm starting him right there. As soon as I said, "Oh, Najee Harris," he's lining right behind Roethlisberger and taking 20 carries a game. I don't care who else is their other tailback. Najee Harris is touching the ball. He's catching it. He's blocking for whoever. I mean, cause that's how awesome Najee Harris is. And that's saying something, because I've seen Derrick Henry at Alabama. I've seen TJ Yeldon at Alabama. Those guys, man. But Najee Harris, especially how they looked in that, how Najee Harris looked at Alabama with the Devontae Smiths and Mac Jones and stuff like that. Alabama's an NFL team in college, okay? And they don't play fair in Alabama. Man.
So you kind of started having a question before. What was your question?
Mine? Oh, man.
Yeah.
We're going to find out in Miami about Alabama being a pro team with Tua and Waddle.
Yeah. Waddle. I mean, how do you feel about getting Waddle? Well, I didn't know Waddle was that awesome when it comes to Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
Yeah, we need a wide receiver. Devontae Smith was talking shit about Tua before the draft.
Yeah,
that's why they took Jalen Waddle. Yep.
Yeah, he came out and said that Mac Jones was better than Tua. That's why they didn't draft him.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Devontae Smith
that's not a smart move on your part. I know you're trying to support your boy. But y'all
were teammates in Alabama. You had that much beef with him in school? Are you serious?
Waddle was his teammate too, and so hey, whatever.
I guess. Anyhow,
what was your question you were starting to formulate? I just jumped on the Alabama thing. You were going to fire a question out there.
Oh my God. Excuse me, I can't remember the question now. Sometimes I can't. I
know Hawk's got to jump off. We got to go. So do I. We got to go spend time with the moms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it, man. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to everybody's moms.
Yep. Happy Mom's Day.
And to Jordan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on this, man. Because anytime people start saying something about my Bears, and I have a good idea. Y'all send me the link. As soon as y'all say something about Chicago Bears, I'm jumping on because I got something to say.
Every Sunday
at 7:30 Eastern time.
Every Sunday we try to go on live in the 32 Warzone group and our Fatman and the Hawk group. We try to go every weekend. Sometimes it gets a little hard because I'm working a lot. Plus, family life. So trying to balance all that stuff and get some football stuff in makes it hard. But we try to go every Sunday, Usually try to go around 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Mountain Time. Ends up being a little later more often than not. I always seem to be in the middle of something. So
yeah, it looks like we're all past our bedtime.
yeah,
I know.
a lot of time. So just so everyone knows, like yesterday, I had went to work Friday night. I'm on third shift. I went to work Friday night at 10 o'clock. I got up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to spend family time. Went to work. Worked on a side job yesterday with a fellow in the neighborhood. Got home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Went to bed at like 7 o'clock. So some long days. So it's hard to squeeze this in all the time.
Shoot, I'm an industrial cleaner, and there's times I try to work every Monday and Friday and all that stuff. And I worked yesterday, and boy, as soon as I got off work after 6.5 hours, my body just went.
Yep.
It's like my body just went into hibernation, instant hibernation. You know what I'm saying?
So we try. I know. I try to pop in on some people's lives every once in a while. I know Jordan was having one the other morning. I was up. I popped in on. If I'm up in the afternoon and someone's on, I try to jump in with them, or at least leave some comments if I'm awake. I'm not always available to go live, but sometimes I like to try and leave comments, fire people up.
Hockey won't be there because he's.
What?
Again, your mic sucks, bud. Go to Walmart, buy yourself one. Go to Target. Hey, bud, go on Amazon. I'll send you the link. For like $49.99, you can afford it with that fantastic beard. Yo, hey, start telling your selfies on Instagram just of your beard. Maybe comment. Maybe you can get us a sponsor for some of that beard oil somewhere. And then maybe you can afford to buy a microphone where we could actually hear you and understand you.
I'm just blessed y'all can hear me awesomely, man. Y'all got some awesome mics. All I got is his LG Stylo 6 phone. I'm talking on here, and obviously the mic on his is pretty darn good. If y'all can hear
he got some beard hair stuck in like the mic holes or something. He's got to clean it out.
I don't know what he's doing.
Come on, leave his Brian Wilson alone.
I don't know where that phone has been. Did you drop your phone in the toilet?
Hey man, leave him alone. Maybe
were you sitting there and playing on your phone and you dropped it in the toilet?
No.
It's okay.
Don't take my phone to the bathroom.
Probably got to pay. I bet you got a Patriots case on your phone, so that's right where it belongs.
Oh, Mr. Miami, you can't stand New England, can you?
No, he can't stand Tom Brady more than he can't stand.
Yeah.
Oh.
The big slogan on this show is "Fuck Tom Brady." And for about a month, it was Trey Lance agree no matter what.
But I'm saying he's in Tampa Bay. He ain't messing with y'all no more.
Fuck Tom Brady.
I'm
sick of hearing about Tom Brady. I can appreciate that Tom Brady is the GOAT and all the rings he won, but I don't have to like him. Fuck Tom Brady.
I call him the king of quarterback play. That's what I call him because I'm being honest. Tom Brady is the king of quarterback play. No matter where he goes, he wins titles, So,
Aaron Rodgers would be the best quarterback in the league. This is what separates Aaron Rodgers from the GOAT. Tom Brady.
Aaron Rodgers is the prince of quarterback play. He's the prince, whereas
Tom Brady is selfless, which means he takes pay cuts to put players around him to win.
Yep.
He knows he can't win it all himself. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, wants the fattest contract, the best players around him. And when he doesn't get his way, he throws a hissy fit like a little girl, like a little kid, pouting, going out and saying, well, I'll just go do Jeopardy, I'll do Jeopardy, or I want out of Green Bay, or whatever they're reporting now about Aaron Rodgers. He has to make him the center of attention every offseason in Green Bay. It's the same thing we saw Brett Favre do toward the end of his career. Rodgers knows his days are numbered. I don't think Jordan Love's the guy, but he's got to make his stink, give people a reason to talk about him. He's got to always be in the news cycle. Hey, and that's fine, but if he really doesn't want to play in Green Bay, we'll find out because he can just say, fuck it, I'm going to go host Jeopardy. Because from what I hear, he did a pretty good job at it from everyone saying, I don't know, I don't watch Jeopardy.
Here's my take on Green Bay. It's bad enough I hate the football team.
That's why Aaron Rodgers doesn't have as many rings as Tom Brady.
Right. And once again, I hate Green Bay Packers, the football team. I don't hate the city. I just hate the team because I'm a Bear. I can't
Yeah,
stand
you're a Bears fan, so you're gonna have that.
Yes. I mean, if I had it my way, I'd erase the Green Bay Packer football team out the NFL completely. But that's just my way of saying how much I hate Green Bay, the football team. I don't hate the city of Green Bay. It's probably a beautiful city. Anyway, besides that, last time I checked, if the quarterback has that much say in who to draft and not to draft, why ain't you in the war room with the coach and GM? Think about it. Think about it. When we all watch ESPN, ABC, whatever, if you want to stick to the draft that long, do you see any quarterback in the draft room with the coach and GM and all them scouts? No. So what
but
is
I think there are definitely conversations that go on behind the scenes. Like we
Okay,
saw last year, Tom Brady got Antonio Brown a job in Tampa Bay. There are certain players when they just say, "Hey, I want this guy, make it work." They go and get him, and I wouldn't have a problem with Aaron Rodgers having to say in that stuff. I think he's earned that. He is a great quarterback.
Yes,
But
the man puts up numbers
back from being a GOAT.
The man puts up numbers that infuriate me, especially when he faces my team. That's why I can't stand Green Bay because
he's great. I mean, he's got all the talent. When you look at it, like, man, there's no reason why this guy shouldn't have 5 championships. But other than it being hard, it's because you pay him a lot of money. He can't afford a whole lot of much else around him.
Right, but see, here's
Green Bay is a well ran franchise. I mean, for how many years have they been a top team in the league?
I'm not saying that. I mean, like I said, once again, when y'all asked me, when I was asking you guys what your opinion about the NFC North, I appreciated your opinion about that because like I said, my Bears are to me. This is my Bears are the second best team in the NFC North. When it comes if Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers struggle, but if Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay are together, we're second best. But if Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, my Bears are taking over that division, hands down. I think you guys see that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys have a nice little race with Minnesota, in my opinion.
Well,
yeah, Detroit's still going to.
I see, like Minnesota's. There's no reason they shouldn't have a max offense with Thielen out there, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. Like they're pretty solid. Kirk Cousins.
See, you just said
maybe they need to shore up some of their defensive moves. I didn't really pay attention to what Minnesota did in the draft, but they got some pieces.
See, you just said it about Minnesota's quarterback, Kirk Cousins. He's not bad either. He's decent, but is he? He doesn't get him over the top. I mean, they got a great game. They got a good offensive line behind, and they got a little bit of defense. They play some defense over there. It's just if Kirk Cousins got him over the top.
See, I put Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins in the same class, where I think they're the quarterback. They're not the quarterback that's going to put you over the top. They're not the guy like the Aaron Rodgers that's just going to take over winning the game.
Preach.
But go
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I do think that if you surround them with a bunch of talent, like we see down there in Dallas with Zeke and the 3 receivers and all that, those beastly talents around them, I think if you do that with Kirk,
Dallas is beastly too. The offensive line in Dallas is beastly too. Think about that. The offensive line in Dallas, they destroy people off the ball. You get in front of him, you're like, oh damn it! How the hell we gonna get through all that just to get him? You know what I'm saying? Or get that jump.
And that's not saying that either one of them is a bad quarterback. I just think they're a different type that you need to surround them with talent.
Agree.
Like Jordan's going to find out with Mac Jones. It's like the same thing I got with Tua. You got to surround him with talent.
Yep.
That's what you don't have to do with Wilson.
Exactly. That is what you do not have to do with Wilson.
Shut up, Seahawk.
No, he's right. I was on here preaching Miami. I was on here preaching Miami was accumulating all them draft picks to make a nice little package to send to Seattle for Russ.
And that dream did not come true.
That dream did not come true.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. And then another thing that I know Mr. Seahawk over there is proud of is they got some awesome fans over there that packed that Seahawk football stadium. What's it called? Quest Field? I remember one time it was called Quest Field.
They're the Clink right now.
Yeah, Link. What's her field called?
CenturyLink, isn't it?
No, it's not.
CenturyLink.
It's not CenturyLink no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually can't think of the name off the top of my head right now.
Well, I can tell you that out here,
Oh, stadium name.
No, I can't. I really can't think of the name off the top of my head
The
right now.
bandwagoner.
I could tell you,
Bandwagon my ass.
I can tell you out here at a State Farm, when Seattle comes to town, them tickets are expensive.
Oh my
Steelers
god.
are really expensive, and I know because
Yeah, like I'll be
because I went last season in the middle of COVID when the Dolphins were in town.
Yeah.
Th-
Yeah.
They were lots of expensive.
What's
It was
the name of the Dolphin Stadium?
I paid a lot.
and
For
they get loud over there. And when they pack and when they put fans in them Seattle in that Seattle football stadium, boy, they get loud. I mean, my God. You watch it on TV. It sounds like the decibel level on the TV speaker is going to blow up because the fans in Seattle are screaming
So
loud for their team, especially when they're winning.
Who's your favorite Chicago Bear of all time?
Walter Payton.
Oh my God!
They asked you,
Why you
Jordan.
put me on a spot like that?
Yeah, see the
What I
name
do.
for it just recently changed to Lumen. Lumen Field.
Logan.
What?
Yep.
Who the hell is Logan?
That's the stadium in Seattle now. It's no longer CenturyLink.
When did they change the name this year?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they changed it in November.
I'm waiting for Dogecoin Stadium.
What's
Yeah.
the Dolphin Stadium?
Doge
Oh,
to the
man.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Did you hear
They'll
me?
name, they'll name the Bengals Stadium Dogecoin Stadium.
Dave, did you hear me?
You know what? My favorite Bear of all time,
No, I
I could say Walter Payton, but that's every Chicago Bears fan's
No,
favorite.
see, I didn't ask you though. Keep in mind, I didn't ask you who the greatest Bear of all time is. I asked you who
Touche.
your
My
favorite
favorite one.
Bear of all time.
Mine. Let me answer. Mine was the man who was bald. Now he got hair. Number 54, Brian Urlacher.
There you
Because
go.
that man, sideline to sideline, you weren't getting away from him. If you give him some big, fat, meaty defensive tackles in front of him, he will get free, and your tailback is dead meat. If he catches on a blitz, that quarterback is toast. And he was such a smart linebacker that he could drop off in the coverage against the Aaron Rodgers types. And as soon as he throws it, it's like he knew where it was going before Aaron even threw it there. I remember he picked off Aaron Rodgers like 2-3 times. And he could take it a long distance, maybe even to the house. So Brian Urlacher was one of those middle linebackers. He played safety in New Mexico State. That's even awesome. He knew how to cover,
So I know I was
Because-
trolling you before when I said that Jay Cutler was my favorite Bear, but I have to be honest. My favorite Bear is actually Devin Hester.
Oh, that's a good one.
You don't kick to Devin Hester.
Because let's be honest, we could all sit here.
Punters
makes
and
our-
kickers.
This is what makes football talk hard, right? When you start talking about who somebody's favorite players, because a lot of people forget that. A lot of times, your favorite player is going to be somebody who you watched growing up, who you watched in your time.
Yeah,
Doesn't necessarily mean they're the greatest.
right.
That's what makes these a lot of people's lists kind of trash. And then when you talk stats, but that's okay. That may not be my favorite player.
And the thing about his choice, Devin Hester, the underlining thing about Devin Hester is punters.
Jordan,
and
are you?
kickers-
I'm sorry. Like Jordan's over there eating Cheetos or something.
Oh, he's
going on?
Mic,
He's
so maybe he's putting the toothpick to
I'll
the
tell
mic.
you what is happening.
Jordan? Oh my
Jordan,
God.
he's in the penalty box again. He's over there crushing some Doritos or Cheetos, extra crunchy in my ear. He's getting penalized again. Jordan, you're penalized until you figure it out. Now you're glitching. I don't know. Figure it out. Come back.
I don't know what happened there. It was so horrible. I thought a dog was licking his phone.
He's just started shoving Cheetos down his neck or something.
Yo, leave Jordan alone. He's trying to make
over
it.
there
Like
He
he
did
couldn't contain
I'm the
himself,
fat
so he
guy.
just
I'm the one that
grabbed
should
the
be over here
Cheetos bag.
eating.
It just was like,
Right, I can. Right,
You were saying about Devin Hester.
the man got punters and kickers fired for kicking to him. That's crazy. I mean, you kick it to him, and if your blocking wasn't good, the coach be on the sideline like, man, you gonna be out of a job after the game is over. What? I didn't know you was gonna do that. Well, don't kick it to him. What? Well, y'all should have tackled him. No, don't kick it to him. You know, don't. The rule is don't kick to get Devin Hester. And when they did,
See, I'm gonna have to agree with you. My favorite Bear that I've watched in my time was Brian Urlacher. And I know they had greats. Mike Singletary's. When Mike Singletary, I was around, but I wasn't really watching
right. Me too.
every team then, so I don't really remember watching him play. But the Butkuses, I didn't see those guys play. So
I've seen
the one
highlights.
I saw play was Urlacher. That's my dude. That's
I've seen highlights of Butkus. Butkus was a mean and nasty so-and-so. He was a mean and nasty SOB. I mean, God. Yeah. I mean, you come in, I mean, you step in front of him and try to say hi. He just hits you. That's how nasty he was. Like
Hawkboy over there, we had a conversation about his favorite receiver. Clearly, the jersey he has on is not a Steve Largent jersey.
Number 80, he's not your favorite of all time?
No, actually, if I were to rank my favorites in a row, like honestly, I never got to watch Largent. I was a Seahawk fan in 2004 up until now.
That's fair.
My favorite receivers in this order goes Lockett, Baldwin, and already DK Metcalf.
Look,
I also
now he's on camera eating the Cheetos. There's the proof right there. He was messing with the bag of Cheetos.
It's not Cheetos.
Finish your Cheetos, and we'll let you out of the penalty box.
No, you know what was happening? My phone was dying. That's what it was.
Oh.
So when your phone dies, it decides to eat Cheetos for powers?
No. It was making
it sounds like a comic book. The cell phone charges by feeding it Cheetos. It's the power of the orangeness.
Anyway, but yeah, Doug Baldwin. That's a good choice because he was one of the factors that helped you beat the snuffing out of the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He was very much a catalyst, with Russell Wilson help y'all win that Super Bowl. So I don't blame you on that one.
So if I had to rank my favorite Seahawks, like number one's Cam Chancellor, 100%.
I want to know how Jordan got out of the penalty box.
I don't know. Number two. Number two, this is where I'm going to put Tyler Lockett already. I love Tyler. Number three is Marshawn Lynch. Number four is Walter Jones. Number five, Bobby Wagner. Number six, Richard Sherman.
Well, you got a left tackle that protected the best Seattle quarterbacks that y'all had. I mean, that's saying something. That's why I'm proud of the draft that my Bears had, because like we were talking about, I was telling you about Tevin Jenkins. We told our previous left tackle, thanks for coming, man, but we got this kid, so I'll see you later. Tevin Jenkins, I've seen highlights on him. The dude, like I said in the message thing, the man is a nasty bully. The man is 6'6", 320, and he will push you off the ball and keep pushing you, and then sit you on your butt like you're on the bus. And, hey, sit down, and you'll sit. So imagine him, and he played right tackle a lot of times at Oklahoma State, but he got the talent. He's got the ability to play left. So imagine him blocking for Andy Dalton or Justin Fields. Boy, those two quarterbacks will be behind that pocket going, dang, I wish I had somebody to throw to. Hey, how you doing over there? Oh, he ain't touching you. That's how. That's it. Did David Montgomery, my new favorite running back for the Bears.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
telling
not
you,
bad. To be honest,
he had 1,000 yards. David Montgomery had 1,000 yards with a bad offensive line.
So somebody asked, and this is an interesting question, and I hate to kind of throw the topic off, but I've seen something good come up here.
Yeah.
I think it's good to touch on. Tariq wants to know, did the Raiders make enough moves to get into the playoffs?
Nope.
no.
Not that I know of. But somehow if they do make it, it's gonna be a wild card, and they're gonna be instantly eliminated.
I think the thing with the Raiders is their offense is fine. They don't need to put anybody on offense. They're fine.
They
They're
got a meaty offensive line too. They got
great
got
running back,
dimensions.
great QB, great wide receiver core.
Who's
you have
the
one of the
Raiders'
best tight
number
ends.
one wide receiver?
That is what's up, Ruggs, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, and he's trash. He ain't even as good as.
he ain't trash. Shut the hell up.
He's trash.
But
Darren
Waller is their number one wide receiver.
Exactly. Darren Waller's their number one wide receiver, and he's a tight end.
One of the best tight ends in the league.
Hey, bud, Travis Kelce was Kansas City's.
No, Tyreek Hill was.
I don't know. Travis Kelce was leading the league.
The guy that had freaking Obi-Wan Jacoby over there. That's his best wide receiver.
Hey, how many touchdowns did Tyreek Hill catch last year?
Oh,
I don't know, stat boy. Tell me.
How many did Travis Kelce catch? Yes, Travis Kelce had more yards, but last time I checked, touchdowns was more.
That's the point I was making.
Touchdowns is more important than yards.
That's why your receivers get neither one.
But do we all agree? That Raiders got something to got a good offense because that Josh Jacobs is pretty awesome, and that offensive line he runs behind is they're WWE wrestlers on that offensive line that could run over the Big Show. Okay, come on.
Well, I think we talked about the Raiders a lot last year on our older podcast. You can go ahead over, you check them out on our YouTube. They're a little bit of a rough watch. They're from the beginning, but it gives you a little bit of kind of history, see how we grew a little bit. But outside of that, we talked a lot about the Raiders last year and how what they need to fix is their defense. Like their offense looks good. Ruggs could be a good receiver. They got a beast tight end. Derek Carr is a good quarterback. That offensive line gives good protection. You work on that defense a little bit. I was kind of saying going into the draft, they should spend their whole draft on just the defensive side of the ball, try and get it right. I think they did take their first round pick, I believe, was on the defensive side of the ball. No?
They took an offensive tackle from Alabama, Alex Leatherwood.
Who they drafted a defensive guy, didn't they? They drafted
they drafted the best safety in the draft in the second round.
There you go. So they're working on the defensive side of the ball a little bit. That tackle move might not have been a smart decision, but
the Raiders got another
I just don't know if they'll make the playoffs. They still got to compete with Kansas City in that division.
They also lost their best wide receiver,
who built like the Optimus Prime of offensive lines in Kansas City.
Yeah, now you look at Kansas City retooled their offensive line because they didn't beat Tampa Bay. That's the problem. That's why they retooled, because they say, "Oh, damn, we can't protect Mahomes. We better fix this damn thing."
They went from like a B offensive line to an A+.
No, they went from like a C.
No, it was a C. Well said. It was like a C, a C minus. Let's say C minus.
Their line had nobody.
So we're gonna take when all the offensive linemen are hurt as their basis of how good they were. That was a defense, or that was a good offensive line. Not the best. It was good. It was definitely a B.
But why did they lose? Why they only get 9 points against Tampa Bay of all teams?
3 of them were out. 3 of them were hurt. 3 of them were out.
So you see why I say C minus.
Tampa Bay's defense played God mode in the Super Bowl. That's what happened.
Tampa Bay played God.
Their defense went God mode. Everyone forgets that Tampa Bay defense was first in the league the first 6 weeks of the season, and then they fell asleep, and then they woke up come playoffs time. The Super Bowl, they played well all throughout the playoffs, and the Super Bowl was like their coming out party. That defense was nasty.
Yep.
All the times I've seen
unblockable.
Okay, you got a point. But still, when you got a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes Jr. and you protect him so well that every time Patrick Mahomes get off the when he gets off the game, he's like, man, my shirt's still clean. And then you go again, and then you get to the Super Bowl, and his jersey's all grassed up and looking all like it's been stepped on and all that stuff because he was in that.
Well, their offensive line was all beat up for the Super Bowl too.
Was that it?
But don't think that the Bucs defense didn't play out of their mind.
So like you said, Tampa Bay played God mode defense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the defensive line being one of their strong suits of their defense benefited from Kansas City not having 3 of their starting 5 offensive line for the game.
And
they were hurt. Did you say they were hurt?
They still would have won.
Yeah, 3 of them.
So Corey Davis wants to know our opinions on who is winning the NFC West.
Oh, Mr. Seahawk, what do you say?
You knew who I think's winning the NFC West.
No, I don't.
Hey, but hey,
that's why the question was posed, Jordan. They don't know. That's why they ask. Tell them.
Yeah, we can actually hear you a little bit now. It doesn't sound like beard.
Let me ask Mr. Seahawk something. Don't you think the Rams defense will give y'all problems? The Rams got a defense.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Ethan Posick or Mike Lupati. The thing that blows my mind about Ethan Posick is that he was ranked 16 in the league at center. I felt like he was 33rd.
Okay.
All right. So but the thing is, Gabe Jackson is definitely an improvement. Dwayne Brown is really good. And Damian Lewis is one of the most underrated offensive linemen in the league. He's definitely big enough to, 3 out of our 5 offensive linemen are good.
Okay.
Ethan Posick, per PFF, ranks him a little higher than I do. And Lupati's really our weak hole at right tackle. My thing with Seattle is they were actually 7th in the league in total time per drop back, 7th, which makes them a top 10 passing offensive line. Our biggest issues last year was the way that the offense ran. If you watch the stuff that Russell Wilson was saying and you hear what he's trying to say, there's no tempo, no quick passing game. It's very true. I watch Seattle every game, and I got to tell you, 90% of the times they're dropping back to pass. It was mostly intermediate routes that take time to develop. Like Tyler Lockett is almost always on an option route. He almost always on option route. That stuff takes time to develop. We didn't have any of that short passing game, and what we did have as a short passing game, obviously got took into the house because they were all screens, quick slants, stuff like that. Just nothing like the Patriots were doing where they're getting their tight ends mixed. Nothing with the slot, which we probably should, as I think we got the best slot wide receiver in the NFL. That's the thing that Shane Waldron's going to change when he comes to Seattle. I think our offensive coordinator really made our offensive line look way worse than it actually was.
He said all that. All that was the long way of saying Matthew Stafford is going to own that division in the NFC West.
Russell Wilson is owning that division next year.
Nope.
Okay, but again, I want to agree with Mr. Fitzgerald up there because the Rams defense was absolutely barbaric. I mean, when you got Aaron Donald and then my ex-bear, Leonard Floyd, coming to kill your boy, Mr. Wilson.
Jalen Ramsey and DK Metcalf, daddy.
And then they got a shutdown corner for DK Metcalf. Come on.
Yeah, he calls him daddy.
I kind of put the Rams number 1 and then Seahawks 2. No disrespect.
When you take one of their coaches, their passing coordinator away from them, I think we're going to have a nice leg up on cheat sheets over there for LA.
You know who's winning the NFC West?
The Hawks.
Nope. The Arizona Cardinals.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback?
Nope, with Kyler Murray. That step that Josh Allen took last year, that's the step you're going to see Kyler Murray take this year. He's the quarterback in year 3. You're going to see his numbers shoot up. Him, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Christian Kirk, James Conner. And they got a defense. Who in the NFC West is going to block Chandler Jones and JJ Watt?
Oh yeah, Arizona's improved. They're much improved. They looked improved. But again, Rams and Seahawks are 1 and 2, and Mr. Seahawk will flip it his way. Seattle 1, Rams 2. But I agree with Mr. Fitzgerald up there with going Rams 1, Seattle 2, because and Arizona and San Francisco, they gonna have to battle for who's the 3rd or 4th best team in that division. But
so I got Corey, the man who asked the question. He thinks the 49ers are going to win with Trey Lance at 3 no matter what.
He thinks so. He thinks that the 49ers are going to win with Trey Lance at 3 no matter what.
Well, he says the 49ers beat the Rams twice last season.
If the 49ers start Trey
It's
Lance,
embarrassing. Dude, Shanahan has McVay's number.
That I did not know.
Yes, Shanahan has McVay's number. It's like I was kind of making fun of them last year. I was like, dude, they got nobody on their roster. It's embarrassing. Can you beat the Niners already?
Because we all know when the 49ers are healthy, they're a problem. You know that, Seahawk. You know the 49ers are healthy, they're a problem.
Of course. I think we're going to benefit from the Niners having to have a little bit of growing pains next year. But I think that the thing that I really see with the matchup between LA and Seattle is we have their passing coordinator. How have they been playing offense over the last 3 seasons? We're going to get a little bit of that over in Seattle with a much better quarterback, with way better wide receivers. No offense to their receiving core, which is very solid, but I think Lockett and Metcalf is probably 1 in the NFL right now.
Hey. What's McVay's record against the Seahawks?
I don't want to talk about your bullshit over there.
Educate me.
I don't want to talk about your bullshit.
Let me know the result of that inquiry.
Shut up. Go watch your Dolphins lose to the Jets next season.
Go ahead. Bud, just push the button on your phone. Google.
What's Pete Carroll's record?
You're in the penalty box now.
You a penalty box, man. The man asked a real. I mean, it was a good question. I mean,
Google.
I am interested to find out.
Hey, Google, is Sean McVay Pete Carroll's daddy?
Yes.
The magic 8 ball.
Is it that bad?
Yes.
Oh. Well, like I said before,
it's 8-3 now.
At least you're honest. It
might be 7-3. It's one of the two. I know it wasn't good.
At least you're honest, man. Because I'd be scared. Because I know for a fact if there was a coach that owned my team, I'd be embarrassed to say it.
So they got DK locked down.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey will lock down DK
Wilson. And they got Matthew Stafford slinging the rock all over the yard.
I will say who's going to cover Tyler Lockett on the Rams, because the Rams lost their slot corner and their starting strong safety.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
No, they won't.
They lost John Johnson, who's one of the best strong safeties in football.
Hey, bud, you forget the Hawk jersey curse. Tyler Lockett.
All right, dude, listen. You're gonna get a penalty again. You shut up about that crap.
I have the Rams
torn ACL week 3 coming up.
Rams are finishing last.
Shredded.
But here's the thing: does your Seahawks have an idea about Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd and that bad awesome
Aaron Donald's going to be suspended 16 games for smacking a dude around.
Let's be honest, like real quick. It's not just Seattle that hasn't figured out Aaron Donald. There's 31 other teams in the NFL that hasn't figured out Aaron Donald.
You were wrong.
You're right about that. My Bears tried to double team him and it didn't work.
The Patriots figured out Aaron Donald in the Super Bowl. 0 sacks, 0 hits on Tom Brady from Aaron Donald. They figured him out.
Well, why don't you give all of us?
What was the score in that Rams Patriots game again? I'm sorry. What was it?
13-3.
Shut the hell up.
Okay, Aaron Donald didn't do shit in that Super Bowl. Did you hear? Did you hear
just
what,
said that
hey,
they
did you
figured
hear-
out Aaron Donald and that defense fucking put 13 points. Like that's
Yeah,
all
but
y'all
you-
scored. So
Yeah,
could
but-
you imagine if Goff went off like he played against the Saints in that Super Bowl? You would have sat there and said, "Oh man, the Rams beat us 53-13." Then you would have told me how they figured out Donald.
53. Come on now. Jared Goff ain't scored 53 points in his life outside of that
And
Kansas
Aaron
City game.
Donald.
I mean, I had him in fantasy that week. He did score 53 fantasy points that week for sure.
He only scored 53 points once in his life, and that was the game they lost. They won 58 to 53-50 against the Chiefs or whatever.
Mm.
No, I think it was the Saints. Or wait, no, it was the
They beat the Chiefs on Monday Night Football in the highest shootout ever or whatever. It was 50 something to 50 something, I think.
Listen, bud, you're lucky that they had Ryan Gosling slinging the ball in that Super Bowl. All right.
Yeah. Okay. And you're just and the Seahawks. Hey, your Seahawks are lucky that the ball went over Peyton Manning's head to start the game. Okay.
Yeah, right. Because that's the reason why they scored 43 points.
Yeah.
That one play is the whole reason they scored 43. Makes a lot of sense.
That's what started it.
Jordan, you could end this entire argument with one sentence.
Hey, he picked the ball off after 2. Dead.
And the argument is over.
Look, go ahead. You go ahead and say they picked the ball off the 2, and I'll mute myself.
Over Peyton Manning's head.
All I gotta say is Malcolm Butler.
Game over. Sit down, Hawk boy.
All I gotta say is Malcolm Butler. Is that all?
I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm a Dolphins fan. I don't have a dog in the fight. I need to shut him down. I just say that.
Fair. That's fair.
It's not fair. It's bullshit.
No, it's
Laces
fair.
out, Dan.
It's fair.
All I know is I'm blessed to talk to you guys in this football conference we're having, man. Because this is
that's
fun.
what we try to do, man. So this was birthed last year, and me and my buddy, just you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't really go out and talk to anybody, and we had kicked it around for a little bit. Said, hey, we might be entertaining. People might watch this. Let's just throw it out there, and we kind of started doing that. And hey, we were kind of lucky enough to get in with this group and start throwing it out there, get a bigger reach, bigger audience, and talk to fans from all over the place. We couldn't exactly go out to bars anymore and do it. And this gives us a way of doing it to fans all over the place, not just your local yokels.
He's wearing a Larry Fitzgerald jersey.
Well, the schedule comes out Wednesday.
Yes, it's a Larry Fitzgerald. So I was actually going to talk to you about that. I know you had talked about you wanted to go live. Do you want to go live and do it yourself Thursday, or do you want to hop in with us on Sunday and do it?
I can do it Sunday.
No, Clyde, we're having a hard time hearing you. You're breaking up. Your screen's dark too. Something. I don't know if your phone died or what.
Yeah, I think some of the Cheetos that was on Jordan's desk fell over onto your side.
Yeah, just charge it up. Just charge it up with Cheetos like Jordan did.
Cheetos. They're not even Cheetos. They're barbecue chips.
But so that way we can get you. But we can get you on with us. We can kind of keep track of it, and
you ain't gonna like my
make a record
prediction.
out. What happened?
I said you might not like my position. What if I predict the Dolphins to go in 17?
Dude, we don't give a shit.
Hey, last time I checked, turds fall out of all assholes, so you're allowed to have one.
Not
the last time I checked, you rage quitted after a pick 6 from Jordan Brooks.
Well, I'm not going to say the Dolphins are going to go in 17 now.
I just heard somebody click in.
Nobody's going 0 in 17.
Yeah, device is not connected. I think he's having issues.
Nobody's going 17 and 0, and nobody's going 0 in 17.
Right, unless the Aaron Rodgers finds himself in Pittsburgh, hanging out with Roethlisberger,
and they'll still go 16 and 1.
You know, like we said, after the schedule comes out, we can kind of keep track of it, and we can come back to this next year and say we could all agree that Jordan's an idiot, because he has the worst picks.
Hey, maybe it'll be as good as my Aaron Rodgers, the Pittsburgh take.
Probably. That'd probably be how I end up. I know I had a pretty good season last year to the point where I'm actually considering dipping my toe in the betting world.
Hopefully New England gets Miami week 1 in Miami.
Yeah.
Find out.
Not week 15 this year. No
I
December.
hope it's week 17 in New England.
No, you hope it's week 17 in Miami.
Snow coming down, and Tua just trashes you guys and makes the playoffs.
Yeah. That could be for the division.
Yeah, and Madden.
No, not in Madden. I'm not even that good to make it in Madden.
I know. I found out.
And he just said he's trash at Madden, so it wouldn't come down.
Oh, I am.
Hey, you know what, though? The thing is, he's better than he thinks, but, you know.
Who, me or him?
Him.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
See, he thinks playing people are like playing like all Madden difficulty. Since he can't beat all Madden difficulty, struggles against all pro, he's like, I obviously can't beat a person. I'll tell you what, Jordan probably get blown out 49-0 to all pro or Madden difficulty.
Yeah, I'm not good at all Madden, definitely. In all pro, I'm still kind of getting there.
Yeah.
I'm still used to playing in my rookie mode with the sliders turned all the way up.
The sliders, look, he goes the extra mile for the cheap.
Hey, if you don't win 49-0, it don't mean nothing.
You mean 49-17?
I'm putting up 95 points.
On what, rookie?
Yep.
See, exactly why he should just play in our online franchise mode.
I don't really play rookie. I really play pro. That's what I usually play if I don't play all pro.
Well, are you going to do franchise mode with fantasy draft?
Trey Lance at 3 no matter what?
You could do fantasy. Yeah, fantasy draft 100%. Has to be.
Are you going to do it on the new Madden or just 21?
21.
Okay, 21.
When 22 comes out, we'll do another one. We'll keep it going.
21 or if you're going to wait till the new one comes out.
The new one doesn't come out till August, I believe.
Yeah, that's why.
So we can do 21, and I can tell you right now, I'm not paying $60 for a Madden game.
Don't worry, he'll have it somehow.
Cheap ass.
He is cheap. He forgets that he could sell his game.
I'm cheap. My daughter gets everything she wants, which doesn't leave much money for daddy toys.
Like, he could probably sell Madden 21 for probably like $30 before the new one comes out and have to spend $30 more for the new one.
$20.
How about you get Madden 22 when it comes out and say it's for your daughter and then just say you thought she wanted it?
Yeah, that won't work, but
am I? How old is she? Is she old enough?
Yeah. Well, depends on what old enough is, Jordan. Jordan, are you trying to hit on my daughter? You sick?
No. We made. And I was saying that she's old enough to play a video game. Not old enough in that way. We made Aaron Donald our bitch last season.
What the fuck?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
She is 8, and she is old enough. She's 8, and she's old enough to play video games. She plays a Switch. She has a DS.
Yeah,
she always plays on her tablet.
Madden,
She is not interested in a PlayStation or Madden. She plays Ultimate Alliance with me. She likes Animal Crossing, Batman. None of this has anything to do with football. We're getting call-outs here.
The fat man had to leave for a second. He had to get his composure together.
Yeah, he had to get situated.
Oh my god.
He's about to die.
So right. Parker's here live in the chat trying to call out Clay Mia. I don't know what for, but
guess what time it is, boys?
12:22.
It is Monday.
Yep.
And we're still live.
Yeah, I know.
Where you're at.
Oh yeah, true. You're 9.
I have a very upset other half right now.
That makes 2 of us.
Very upset.
Sucks to suck.
You don't understand. I killed it today. And then Mm.
Well, that's a good way to end the show then. There you go.
Please
Yeah.
don't put that in the chat no more, guys.
Put what in the chat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Please don't do that.
Yeah. I think I'm about done. How about you guys?
Yeah, like I said, next Sunday I can do my predictions. Predict.
All right, man. Definitely. I know we bust on you because it's fun, and I think you're easy content to bust on. But you got great stuff. We like having you here. So don't, besides rage quitting and Madden, don't rage quit on the podcast.
Oh, I didn't rage quit. I didn't leave yet.
You fucking rage quitted.
Rage
It
quit,
was
kick
the
them out
third
of the
quarter
league.
with 3 minutes
Yeah,
left.
you get
Down
kicked out of the
14-0.
pod.
Look, he did it again.
He's out of here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's going to do it for us. We're going to sign off. Clyde, thanks for coming on, talking about your Bears. Jordan,
Yes,
as always,
Clyde.
thanks for coming on, talking about your Patriots and how Mac Jones sucks. Guys, we had it up there a couple times throughout the chat, throughout the night. You can get yourself Fat Man and the Hawk t-shirts. Link was in the chat. Hopefully it will pop up in there again for you guys. It's always fun ragging on Jordan. It's quite entertaining. Anyone else who wants to join anytime we're live, we put the link up. Come on in, join us. We love talking to fans of every team. A little disappointed that we couldn't get a Steelers fan to come in and talk about Najee.
But we can save that for next time.
Yep. So what else you got over there, Hawk? You want to tell them one more time about that Madden franchise you're trying to put together?
Don't worry, I could talk. I know he's having struggles over there. Morton, you ever hear that game?
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, we got Madden franchise online mode that I'm going to be posting up in the chat here shortly. We're going to cover it. We're going to stream the games. The Fat Man's going to play, even though he's saying he's not. He's going to play.
Fantasy draft. I'm drafting both Boses.
Yeah, we're gonna have something fun going on in there. I do also have a Madden tournament on June 5th. Hopefully, we can get that going in the Fat Man and the Hawk group. I should have all my equipment to stream, so that should be up. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything on our end here.
At our YouTube channel, that link has also been scrolling about. That might have popped up in the chat once or twice here or there. You guys go ahead over, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. You can find some of our older videos on there. We've been talking about putting on some different content as well. We're kicking around some ideas, trying to build like a little networking channel. We're looking for experts in certain areas, or at least amateur experts that can go on there and teach other people things. We're trying to build the channel out, fill it out, get some interesting topics on there. So outside of that, I don't have any more football to talk about.
Yeah, me too. Remember, guys, comment, like, subscribe on the YouTubes. Share this out with your friends. We really appreciate it when we get more people in here. Thank you for everybody that's been on here with us for the last 3 hours. I am the Hawk.
And I'm the Fat Man. Catch you guys
See you
next week.
time.